Long. It's long and wide. It's wide, narrow and wide.
Yeah, it was very tall too. There was an upstairs, and I just sat on the couch the whole time because I didn't want to be lost in the crowd.
I think
It's like
we could probably get started. It seems like everybody's here, and if they're not, like they'll see it afterwards, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
I
We're trying to limit it to 3 to 4 minutes per person.
Yeah, 3 to 4 minutes max. I mean, some of the questions are a little bit simpler, so
Pretty.
you might be able to answer it real quick. But
I was
yeah,
here thinking, oh, someone else is probably going to ask this question, but then I kind of realized I'm the first one going, so this might be a little different, but someone else will ask it in the future, I guess. So should I just get started?
no, hold on. I got an introduction. I'll re-bring you back in. So let
Oh,
me
okay.
kick you off the stage, and then I'll bring you in.
All right.
All right. Let me just go real quick to pull up my little script I wrote. um, all right. Hey, everybody. Incredibly excited to present this event for you guys today. I'm here with Christopher Pravdica, the bassist from the band Swans. He's been an integral part of their sound since 2010, delivering some of the nastiest, heaviest, and most integral bass lines to the songs they exist in. He's a driving force in a lot of Swans' later work. On top of that, he used to be a part of the band Juju, and we have a lot of Juju fans in here. Earlier bands he was a part of were the Gunga Din, Flux Information Sciences, and Services. Finally, he has his own solo work under the name We O. I really recommend you guys check it out. I gave it a listen last week for the first time on my way home from work. And even though, when you're driving home from work and you're in traffic and you're just a little tense and pissed because everybody's in your way and you're just trying to get home, a lot of the times when I listen to music at that time, it's hard to like ingest new stuff because you want to listen to something, you want to just get home, blah blah blah. But I was like genuinely surprised with a lot of the songs and like how dynamic and quick and flowing they were. They had a little bit of like a video game feel to some of them, but I wouldn't describe it that way. Just more very interesting and quick and just Swans like as well. And just it's a great listen. So definitely check out Major Inconvenience. Love that album. Um, that being said, just want to extend like a huge thank you to Christopher for giving our opportunity or Discord the opportunity to ask him some questions and learn more about his contributions to the bands we all love. Um, yeah, how's your summer going so far? How's everything going in preparation for the tour?
I'm feeling the pressure right now. I'll tell you that.
Was it
But
because of the
summer's over.
introduction or the rehearsal?
No, the yeah, I'm feeling the pressure of looming Swans work.
Yeah.
I always have the big plan of this time I'm going to be like extra prepared, and then no, it never works out that way.
Do you feel as
I'm
you've been like getting ready more and more for rehearsals and you've been with the band for longer that you're more prepared, or does it ever?
I feel like it's like I've never really probably prepared as much as I should or I think I should, but it never really matters. It's always like you figure it out as you have the you have the time to figure it out, and there's but I think I'm pretty prepared,
Yeah,
80% prepared.
I feel like that's kind of life. It just you never for these kind of moments you're always going to be nervous, but you just kind of figure like a couple of things here and there that just kind of help out with it. Um, and yeah, I mean, even just for this thing, like I've had more intense moments in my life before, but like I'm nervous for this, but I'm just as excited too. So, um, we do have a lot of questions, so might as well get started. But I'll start off with mine just because it's a little bit more verbose of an explanation, but it kind of ties into the Discord a little bit. Um, this Discord started off with an electrical synapse. An electrical synapse is connecting over music. I think they kind of go hand in hand. Connecting over music is one of the most organic ways to, you know, be able to connect with anybody else in life. And you know, it all starts with a spark. That spark is just whether you discover a new band or a new song or someone sends you something. And this Discord started when my friends Tarun and Vic told me about this amazing band called Swans. And ever since I started listening, it has been an utmost obsession. Like, I used to be obsessed with Radiohead, switched over to Swans, and in less than a year, the amount of listens that I've had way overtakes any band I've ever done. Um, so that being said, an electrical synapse being a music connection, you know, what are the greatest music connections that you've had in your life with other people or with a song?
Um, I would say it's a little embarrassing today, but it was there was this band called they're called the Verve now, but when I was a teenager, they were called just Verve, and they were like super psychedelic, different than they wound up being. And I went to that show when I was young, and there was some drugs involved, and it just like hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was already kind of on the train of like in the world of like digging into music, but that one, their live presentation just floored me and made me want to, not directly, but like definitely inspired me to be on stage. I wanted that feeling all the time. I never actually saw another band that made me feel that way. I think it was just like it was that moment. I don't even think seeing that exact show again would. It was just that moment of seeing them at that age, and as high as I was, it all came together, and it made so much sense. Um, they had these two. They had these two records before their famous ones. They had an EP and this record called Storm in Heaven, which I think still today are really really good records. That and bass lines. Why I know somebody asked me about like bass lines. That was like one of some of the songs on that Storm in Heaven and EP were like the first bass lines I was obsessed with.
So did that moment happen when you were at the concert? Like when you were like
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
them live?
Very much. I was already. I hadn't seen that many live bands. Mostly like metal and like heavy stuff. And this was just it. It was more psychedelic, which I never and very loud, which is what I was already into the record. I was super into the record, and I wasn't into live. I didn't really know much about live performance. But when I saw them, it was like I was the only one in the audience, and they were like coming right at me. It was that feeling, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's never nothing ever even close to how powerful that was. I mean, a lot of it had to do with the drugs and the fact that I was super into the band already.
And the timing
But
of it, like your
yeah,
age.
the age I was, it was all, and the fact that I was already like trying to figure out music, and and then I could see what they were doing. I understood what they were doing. It was all the above. Like when you go see a metal band, it's hard to really even comprehend, especially when you don't know much about music. It's hard to even comprehend what who's doing what and like how they're doing it.
Yeah, like the whole wall of sound and just it's just this one congruent piece of noise put together.
It's so fast. You don't even have time to. Pantera was one of my first concerts.
Wow. Do you know how long
Super
ago that
cool.
was?
I was, I think, in like 92 or something, 91, 91, 92. It was their first one after Cowboys from Hell, not their first kind of cool record. After, because the Cowboys in Hell wasn't as cool as the other. Kind of figured it out a little bit after that, I think.
I've been preparing this whole time for this QA session, but like right after it's done, I'm planning on listening to like literally every recommendation that you have said and also everybody else has been giving me because you know it's Swans over and over. But I'm just so excited to just start listening to more stuff, you know. But that
You ever
is
listen to Pantera?
Pantera. I used to be a huge thrash metal fan. Like I saw Metallica in 2009. I'm almost 30, so like, I'm a little bit older than a lot of people here. But yeah, I didn't listen to too much Pantera, but I always remember Walk, of course. Love that
Yep.
song. Yeah, and every time I go back to thrash metal, it's just like, oh, this is what I grew up with. I love this stuff. So
That's how I am. And whenever I go back and listen, I think Pantera, Slayer, and Deicide are the ones that stick out the most from all the junk I used to listen to. I was raised in the metal. I came up with like metal as it was happening.
that's awesome. Yeah, same here. um, let's probably jump into a few more questions here. I guess I'll start off with Satan. Good start.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's.
Whenever people ask me my name all the time, I say my name is Christopher, and something about the way I say it, it happens like every 100th time I say my name to someone, they think I said Lucifer.
Oh, I could see that.
Lucifer.
Yeah, because the
I
ending.
say Christopher, and they hear Lucifer. It happened last night, all the time.
That's such a funny connection.
Nice to meet you, Satan. Satan's my boy.
Do you channel that energy?
Rather. Yeah, I'm 100% into Satan's perspective over Jesus's.
I feel like people just kind of shame it without like giving it a chance,
Oh,
like
yeah. Hi. I thought I was speaking, but it didn't sound like I was.
You are now.
Hello. I
What's
am
up?
not Satan. My name is Noah. I guess I'll get started instantly. First one's a bit of a big question, but there are rumors that the 2025 tour is going to be like one big song. If it's not, will the live set be more focused on material from Birthing or like new stuff?
It is. There will be some new material. It's definitely not going to be one giant piece of sound. There
Okay.
will be different pieces. We may glue pieces together, make
Yeah.
out of multiple pieces, but definitely going to be. I think the focus is going to be on pre-written material.
Yeah.
The main,
Usually,
because every time we go on tour, we're playing what's gonna be the next record, usually, and not giving much or any time for the previous material. But since this is a period on the whole thing, I don't think I think the new material is gonna be just for just to do some. I guess it'll be unrecorded. No. You know what I mean? Am I saying that right?
yeah. For the although here's just like a simple question though, which is
Yeah.
well, I don't know. But usually for the openings of Swan shows, they're always like one long song. Or is that still gonna like be the case probably?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
imagine. I would imagine it's going to be nothing, nothing curt or short to
I
start
mean,
with. It's going to be
it
a
is Swans after all.
long thing in the beginning. I would imagine, as per usual. We'll see how he does it, but usually I'm noticing like the vocals don't come in for 30 minutes.
Um, quick one. What do you think is the best Swans live album?
Ooh, I think the last one. I mean,
Yeah, I think so
it's
too.
hard to beat Swans Are Dead. I think that was that kind of holds. I think might still, but I have to give more time to it. But I think Rope and Swans Are Dead are like close to each other.
Yeah. Paired with that question is what do you think is the best live song? This one's a bit more
Like of
specific,
all
but
time, like Swans or my era
I
Swans.
mean, I guess I'm more talking
Yeah,
about new era
yeah.
Swans, but like yeah.
Uh, Probably. I really. It's hard to really put them all together, and then always the things that stick in my head are the more recent ones. But I think Hanging Man was like one of the strongest like live pieces that
I agree. I think my favorite is probably Rope and the Beggar as one piece. I think that's probably the best Swan song in general.
That
Yeah,
is a giant piece of music, isn't it?
just to
Yeah.
talk about Live Rope just real quick, I gotta tell you that is my top album of all time out of any album.
What?
Yeah.
I think it's my second favorite album. It might be my favorite, next to Lift Your Skinny Fist by Godspeed You Black Emperor. But they're pretty close. Next question is, will Swans still tour with their new sound after this tour?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think
as long as everyone's alive and physically able, whoever he's
what?
gonna tour it. think
Um,
I think touring is always the main form of expression, or not, live shows are the main thing for Swans.
now that I'm thinking, like rethinking this question, you probably have no clue. But I feel like a lot of people are going to ask it anyways, so I'd rather just get it out of the way, which is, will we ever get a Glowing Man repress on vinyl? A lot of people would want to know that.
I don't. Has there not been one in a long time? I'm not even aware.
No, they go for like $100 right now.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Yeah, I would imagine.
Good to hear.
You can if you want it, I'll tell him to do it, and then he'll just do it.
Yeah, everyone's been talking about it for like the past year, so definitely tell him to get that.
It was weird. I remember it was one of the whenever we go on tour for a record, I usually just like grab a copy from the merch table to take to own. That's how I get my. We don't mail it. They don't mail it to us. Special thing like Live Rope. We all got mailed copies because it won't.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I was just I never got a Glowing Man copy, and I did notice that there wasn't any, and I happened to be in the warehouse, in the labels warehouse, and I just saw one. I grabbed that. There's definitely a few floating around there, but I guess there's no
full repress.
Yeah. Also, Michael has said in the past that he would do like a Swans Are Dead vinyl. I'm not sure if you know anything about that, but like that's also another thing that people
I would
want.
imagine that's very possible to get a pressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. There's so much stuff in the Swans catalog, and as long as Swans is going on tour, something's gonna get repressed. And
yeah. All right. Then will we get a limited edition live album like Deliquescence for the new tour?
I don't know. It's possible. It's definitely not. It's early in the game.
Yeah.
I think it might depend on just how it's all going. Usually our tours our live set is usually pretty always succinct and coming together at some point. And I think that usually determines how much of he wants, how determined he is to record it, depending on how excited he is about it. And if he turns out to be excited about it, I guess there could be a live record out of it. But at the same time, usually the live recordings are to on the studio album that is to follow. So given that this is a bracket at the end of I don't know, it might not be the same way. You might not get but also since there's some new material, it also might be an incentive to record it so that the material we work out that's new has a home on a record.
I'm going to
just the last.
Yeah. Okay. You got one more.
I just had one more question, which is probably will we ever see another Swans documentary?
I have no idea. That's out of the realm of our control. I know Swans will not make their own documentary about themselves. He won't make.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It seemed pretty. I guess that would depend on how much interesting things happen in the future and how long it goes. But that documentary seems pretty definitive and pretty well put.
Yeah, we've already had one for
Yeah,
near
it'd
at the end of
be
Going
hard
Mad.
to cover much else
Yeah,
besides
True.
like what's in the future.
that documentary was like probably one of the best documentaries I've ever seen on any band. Really, like it just covered everything. It was so all encompassing.
It helped me learn a lot about the band, which is what I liked about it.
Yeah,
Because like
I've known
after
Michael
watching
a
that, I
long
just
time.
became a Swans nerd.
I've known Michael a long time, and I learned, and I've even knowing all that stuff that was in there, it made me like connect with him on another level, like a little deeper. I did to hear it all laid out in movie format. Gave me a deeper sympathy for him.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta go now, so I will.
Where you going, buddy?
Yeah, I'll be going. Bye.
Bye.
All right, next guy, Isiger Pafau. I don't know if that's saying it right, but if you can join.
I think it's a foul.
A foul, yeah.
Foul.
Yeah. I wonder where he's from. What country? Because he was having trouble joining earlier. If you're still having trouble, just let me know and I'll just ask your question. He's typing right now. Let me switch with someone else real quick and then let's see if he's here. Is Big Mike here? Request to speak. Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Where are you? You here? No? Okay. All right, I'm going to ask his question just cuz yeah. How much time do you have, by the way?
I'm cool. I'm gotta be at work at like 7 something.
Rehearsals?
Oh, I'm doing sound at this venue.
Oh, that's cool. It'll probably help like just with the concert and stuff, being able to know like tell people like, oh yeah, I need a low cut here, high cut here, whatever. I kind of do all of it too. I'm like a producer, so just seeing like what you guys do on the stage really helps out because I try to like see all of it. All right. So Big Mike is not here, so I'm gonna ask that question real quick. Are you self-taught or did you take lessons?
Totally self-taught.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. I've had some little my father played guitar, so there was a guitar I had when I just that I could touch, and then I would always I definitely had like a natural affinity for looking at, like I was obsessed with guitar sounds and all the stuff around guitars and the way they look. I think just from watching people touch them and seeing them how they played them, my hands seem to have a natural, like I can grab the thing and press down the string, and I knew what to do with my right hand, and then I would just like slide my fingers around, and then one day like I found the interval of the Kinks. You really got me. Like,
Yeah.
and then it went dun, 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 and then I started riffing on and then I started figuring out just like the single notes of riffs started coming to me, like the Smoke on the Water, Iron Man. They all started all the famous riffs that are achievable. And then someone showed me the power chord, and then once I got the power chord, and I was like, that was the next, like, and then you can do, and it was just one thing after another. I had no intention of learning anything. I was just something I was interested in. I was always interested in guitars, and then once someone showed me like a G chord, and then I was like, and then I learned a few more chords, and then I could finger the chords and play and because I had like rudimentary guitar skills that I had been slowly building up, my friends that were really good guitar players that had actual lessons that I couldn't keep up with, bass made the, it was the obvious choice. My ability to go like doom doom doom. So I grab a bass and I can hang with the guitar playing guys, and then it just slowly built. Zero intention. I had no intention of like getting better or knowing anything or learning how to do anything. I didn't want to learn how to play songs. But then once I touched the bass, I just became more interested in how bass works, just like I was in guitar, and learning. And I did learn a few bass lines, and and then it just slowly built up. I think I was in band, but I was in bands recording on records before I would even think it was okay to even refer to myself as a musician, just because it was because I felt like I felt like I was just cheating or something, or like making like faking it,
Right.
And then I realized, I guess after a certain point, I was like, I guess I can play. I know how to tune my bass. I know how to change the strings, stuff like that. Like I was like, when I really think about it, I guess I must be a musician by now. Took a while.
Do you
No, I'm also not like super knowledgeable or like well versed in theory, or I picked up like some knowledge, but I'm by no means a super musician.
Do you feel like seeing people actually play like helped you kind of just see the movement more? Because I feel like
Absolutely.
no matter what, if you read a book and someone tells you got to pluck the string in this way, like it's so hard to like visualize that. So when you finally actually go and see someone do it, it's like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one definitely, like, I grew up in the MTV. Grew up with MTV. Like as it started, I was and just having those close shots of the hands on the guitar. I could hear, and you can hear what is happening while you can see definitely is one. The closest we had to YouTube
Yeah.
tutorial at back then, and then when you see it live, seeing live music, actually like hearing what amps sound like and what with drums. I think also like it was definitely the first things that I saw some like Metallica cover band in their rehearsal space. Like it was I was slightly older friends that were in a Metallica cover band, and going in their rehearsal space and hearing them play. The first thing that killed me was the drums. I wanted to give up. I wanted nothing to do with guitars after the first time I sat in a room with a drummer while they played drums with a band.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely, if I had richer parents, I would have absolutely given up the guitars to get a drum set and learn that. That is the coolest thing to me. But it's so hard to have a drum set.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people I know that started off with drums too, like because we have a lot of producers in here. It just seems like they like have a more natural like attention to the rhythm throughout the whole song and just making it flow better. So, yeah, we all wish our parents had more money so we could have that separate garage area with the drum set and everything.
Another friend of mine told me it's not so easy to play drums for a girl to impress her. Like easier with the guitar.
Yeah, it's got to be
like,
smooth and soothing, you got to serenade her. You can't be smashing her head in.
Check this out.
I'm walking away. No thanks.
Or the bass equivalent is like let me turn on two SVTs with all my pedals. Check this.
Literal wave crashing over their head. I think I'm gonna see a doctor now. I think Isiger can now talk now. Let's see if that works. I clicked invite to speak. Is it let's hear it.
It works.
It does work.
Ah.
Oh, I don't know.
Nice.
Hey, this is kind of. Is my audio like glitchy or something?
You sound good.
It's quiet.
Oh, good. Well, anyways, before I ask my question, I do have like a statement. I think the first CD you bought is the same as the first vinyl I bought. Because I saw you say it on like Reddit.
Oh yeah,
you bought it.
Saucer full of secrets.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my
Yes.
first CD. I remember that CD.
That's my first vinyl. Yeah,
Wow.
that's my first vinyl.
We
Crazy.
have that in
Anyway,
common.
so what do you? Hold on, I have to. What question? I had two questions. One of which I think I didn't want to ask because it was too similar. But can I see those again?
Yeah.
Wait, I think they're in chat.
Here, I got you.
Give me a
I'll
sec.
just copy them
Sorry.
over. I just posted them in the QA session chat.
Said it's the most underrated Pink Floyd album. That's so true. That's so true. Just
It's got the
posted
best
them.
of both worlds. It's got David Gilmour and
Yes. It's, as we say, peak. It's a great album. Yeah. So I had two. I think I can ask them both.
Yeah, go for it.
So first of all, I'm gonna ask my second one first. Very unexpected move. What is
Ooh.
your favorite band or musician?
I think maybe I don't know. I don't really have like a super favorite band. The one dude who always comes to the top of the pile is Curtis Mayfield. That's my guy.
What bands are he in again?
He
don't
is
quite
he was
remember.
in a band called The Impressions. It's an old timey R&B and soul band that he was.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah, it's the classics, but his solo work is what like hit me also, like took me to another level from just the regular rock music and metal and hip hop I was listening to growing up. That was like the thing, the missing ingredient for me that just like pushed me even further into music. Curtis Mayfield, his solo work is like Impressions are great too, but his solo work is. Specifically, he has a live record, Curtis Live, that is like I think, to me, one of the greatest live albums of all time. And, I'm a bass player, so rhythm and soul is like a big part of my thing. No matter the style, it's always some kind of, I'm always injecting some kind of thing that I think of, some Curtis Mayfield feeling somewhere in there.
Wow. I love how like everything's interconnected. Everything influences everything else.
Yeah.
I'm also gotta say my favorite live album is probably Swans Are Dead.
That's
It
right.
has the first song on it. It's a live only song, but it's like one of the best Swan songs. Feel Happiness. It's the greatest. I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
Well, don't think about it, and then you'll remember.
I hope.
Think about words that
So my
may
second
relate.
question is, what inspired you to really start playing music? Well, in my case, I can say what inspired me because I'm sort of trying. I have not made a song yet, but trust the method. Oh, so, yeah, it's you. It's Swans. But yeah, what's your inspiration for playing music?
Well, like I was saying before, I was like, I kind of oozed into music. I never really like kind of dove headfirst into it. It kind of just took over, and I would say it wasn't anyone. Certainly wasn't like one particular band or thing. I was loving music since I was a baby, like loving rock music in particular, and it just I was exposed to everything as a kid, and I think it just built up to the. I think I've always felt like it kind of chose me. Like I didn't really choose it. I don't. Uh, I guess like a happy accident, but I guess my friends, my friends that were playing guitar, that were like better guitar players than me. Specifically, my friend Kevin McGinnis, who is still a musician. He plays in has a band called Midnight Flowers and Twiggy Branches, and we went to high school together. And his abilities, I guess, kind of like having a friend who could play is one of the definitely the things that made me see that as possible and want to do it.
I feel
Awesome,
like those
awesome,
moments
awesome.
too, by the way, real quick, it just having someone that's so close to you do it, it's just like, oh, it can be done. I can do
Yeah.
this, you know?
My dad is a bassist, actually, and it's funny since when we went to the show back like last year, like we were like right up below you, like on the stage. Like you were the most direct band member we could view.
So you were like right in my amp. You were in my amp zone.
Yeah, yeah. And also a bonus little statement. Have you heard of a band called Cardiacs? They're
No.
another one of my inspirations.
What are they called?
They're really the Cardiacs.
Got it.
And they're also one of my inspirations. They're possibly the most English band to ever exist. They're just like, I'm pretty sure like, and I know J.G. Thirlwell was a fan. He's a noted fan.
Good.
Like I think, yeah, I know he produced White Light. He worked directly with Swans, and also like I know he's a Cardiacs fan too, so I definitely recommend to check him out. Also, I think
Him is a super
I
old
think
friend of mine.
yeah, and also they're also like Napalm Death out of all people covered them, and I know they also like
Napalm
kind
Death.
of were inspired by Swans. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
they can be goofy at times, but they also have like the most crazy arrangements in music. I
Yep.
definitely recommend to check them out, and
So Spoon's
I
writing it down
still
soon.
awesome, yeah. I still don't know what I was gonna say earlier. I
Oh,
will. I guess I'll catch you at the show in September because
okay.
I'm going to the Norfolk, Virginia one, by the way.
What? We're playing Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk,
What?
yeah,
I didn't see that on the list.
Norfolk, Virginia. Yeah, that's one of the tour dates. Whoopsie. But yeah, that's the show I'm going to. I will catch you there surely. I don't know if I will actually get to like chat with you, but I'll definitely see you if we
All
have
right,
the
buddy.
same seating arrangement as the last show.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
guess
I was
since
at
you
the
were at
Richmond show.
I guess since you were at you were
Richmond,
at the Boston.
yeah,
What show were you at when you stood by my amp?
Richmond,
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 Virginia.
Virginia.
When the heck was that?
Yeah, and my dad, yeah, it was last year. My dad, like I said, he's a bassist. He was also really
Yeah,
involved in like the Richmond scene around Richmond. He was like he played music there a lot.
I like Richmond.
Yeah, yeah,
You got
it's
that Arthur
awesome.
Ashe. Only statue
Yeah.
still up on the monument drive.
Oh, yeah. I know my. I'm not from Richmond. Like my hometown was a big like statue removal hotspot. Like we had like we have like a pedestrian mall downtown, and I know there was like statues too, and a lot of them got removed in that whole thing. There was like one in a park and stuff.
I'm gonna get to the other chatters because we do have a lot here. I think Toast of Fort.
All right.
Thank you so much for your
Peace out,
question,
bro.
though.
I will see you in September if I
In
do end up
December.
meeting you. Also, I gotta say this real quick, but my dad's friend is Christoph Hahn's neighbor, and that's the funniest thing ever. Anyways, I will be returning to the audience.
Say
All
hi to
right.
I'm
me when
really
you.
glad I'm really glad I actually got this working. It's definitely been an honor. Like, Hanging Man bassline has been stuck in my head.
All
Goodbye.
right. See you later, man. I just invited Toast of Fork. Toast of Fort.
Boom, 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 boom.
I just clicked invite to speak. You just have to like accept it or something. All right. While we're waiting, I'll just ask a few more questions here. Okay, so from Buttermilk, one of the actual co-owners with me in this Discord that has really helped me build this place up. So, in the case that Jira decides to not include you in the new lineup for Swans, and if the stars align that Jamie from Juju asked you to join back, would you do so?
Oh, absolutely. I would play in Chushu anytime. I'd play with Jamie anytime.
Am I pronouncing it wrong, by the way?
I pronounce it either, bro. I'd give it like a zh.
Like a Juju. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's what. See, I don't. I think the actual pronunciation of it is impossible for Americans. Like the actual Mandarin pronunciation.
Yeah, actually, my girlfriend is Mandarin Chinese, and anytime her and her mom are speaking, she'll say like, "Hey, tell my mom, susu," which is like "thank you," and I'm like, I'll say it, and it sounds exactly the same way that she says it, but she's like, "No, that's wrong, dude."
Yeah, isn't that? I thought thank you was shin 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 shin.
Right.
Something like it's really hard. Yeah,
It's
it's hard to get. Those sounds are so hard.
It's probably just like the way that your like mouth develops as you grow up or something using certain languages. It's just hard.
Yeah, if you don't learn sounds when you're a kid, it's just like throwing a baseball. Imagine you never threw a ball, and then you're 30, try to throw a ball.
Yeah, I mean that's literally me.
You never threw a ball at all.
I've played soccer, so I'm like leg dominant. Like I kick things.
I'm sure you've thrown something with your right hand though. You can whip something to the barest minimum.
Oh, for sure.
If you it's like but not with your non-dominant hand. If you try to throw with your non-dominant hand, it feels like it's almost impossible.
It's like you're whipping it across your body.
Exactly, and I think this is the same thing with work. Like if you don't learn how to make certain sounds, and then it's almost your muscles in your mouth build around where in the wrong places.
That muscle memory, yeah.
Yeah, go on, let's do it.
Okay, Toast to Fort. You just need to unmute yourself. So yeah, you're all set.
Yep. Hello, gang. I had like 2 questions maybe. Can I have a random album to listen to? I just need something to fuck me up.
Oh,
like the most weed shit you have.
Hey, are you asking for me a record to listen to?
Yeah, like the weedest shit.
Oh, okay. Crap. That's a good one. Maybe I've been really loving that new band, Model Actress, and I think it hits my weed feelings because it's got the dancey vibe, which I like.
When you say weed feelings, like just smoking and listening.
Yeah, I think he wants psychedelic. He wants stuff that's left field, right?
Yeah. And other question I had, someone asked me to ask this. Have you heard of a band called Sherling?
It sounds a bit. No, not really. I don't think so.
Oh, okay then. And I'll just end this with the one last one. I've been getting piercings recently. What should I get next?
Yeah. What options are there? Like what space? What you have? It would all depend on what you have.
I have an eyebrow right now.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's like, what about the ones in between the teeth?
No, I haven't got that. I don't have that.
That's what you should get, right? That one that goes like right in the face.
Yeah. Thanks for your time.
All right.
I'm currently sitting on my floor, so I'll have to hang up.
All right, buddy.
Love the questions.
Okay, have a nice day.
All right. I guess at this point, what I'll do is if you guys just raise to speak, I'll click it, and then while I'm waiting for that, I'll just like go through the other questions that people want to ask. Okay, Cheeseburger, let's go. There we go.
Hello?
Cheeseburger.
Hey, okay, I have only one question, then I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Okay, do you know about the band Death Grips, or does Michael know about them, or
I don't
stuff
know.
like that?
I know a little bit of them. I never delved into them too much, but and I don't. Michael definitely, I don't think knows anything about them.
Okay.
But is that the? Tell me about Death. I know something about Death Grips. It's a lady.
No, it's
Dude.
yeah, it's three guys, yeah.
Two guys.
That's so funny.
Death Grips. Yeah, I've definitely checked them out. I don't remember being like floored by anything, but I was
Alright.
interested. They're
Mm,
like famous too. They do really well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in the music community, they're like very mentioned quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think I've heard mention more than I've delved into it. I've definitely listened to it though.
Best way I would describe it is like if Rage Against the Machine became like an electronic band almost. That might not be a good way to describe it, but
You want to know something funny?
yeah.
So, I have a vinyl of the Money Store, and it's a misprint. So the first side plays Rage Against the Machine.
What?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a misprint vinyl. I even posted on the subreddit a couple months ago.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
What?
That is actually
Yeah.
an insane misprint. What?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of such a thing in all my years.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Not really. I guess I'll see you on the tour later in November.
Where am I going to see you?
In Sweden,
What city? Were you only doing
in
one Swedish
Stockholm.
show?
In Stockholm, yeah,
Okay.
I think so. 20th of November.
I read a book about Stockholm syndrome once, and I hated it, but by the end, I loved it.
All right. All right.
Hi.
All right. Bye.
You in Stockholm? Say hi to me.
Yep. Yes, I will. Hey.
All right. Grycan. Let's go with Grycan. Let me know if it works for you.
You like Death Grips?
Yeah, I had a little phase of them. But I'm just kind of more into like heavy instrumental stuff. I like to play the guitar, as you can see over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a phase with them. They've got some pretty good stuff. It's like just stuff that you want to listen to when you just want to hear crazy sounds and a lot of energy all at once, just real fast. All right. I'm gonna invite Millie next, or no, Angela next.
Oh shit, hello. Okay. So name top 4 of your favorite movies.
Ooh. Okay.
And like whatever you write down or list, I will watch myself.
So on one of the movies that's on the top of the list is
Yep.
this Australian movie called Bad Boy Bubby.
Oh, okay. I'm
You know that one?
I'm not showing myself, so I will write that down.
There you go. It's one of my favorite movies. Is one of your films, and it's one of the hardest watches that you can. It's definitely a tough watch. I
Yeah.
think it's the typical Australian family story.
Yeah, I'll write that
If
down.
anyone out there
myself.
has seen it, you'll know that it's a funny joke. But
Yep.
and then I think Boogie Nights is also one of my. I think I just can never stop. I'll always watch that if it's on. Boogie Nights is one of my favorites.
I'm a big Paul Thomas Anderson fan myself, so I appreciate that one.
And then there's, I've been thinking a lot about this. One of my favorite old movies, Face in the Crowd.
Face in the Crowd. I've never heard that one.
Super pertinent for today, for the American situation today. Just like
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. And I think network is up there too. I think I would put network in my top 4 or top 5,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
something like that.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much, and I hope you have a great tour next time.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank
Well,
you very much.
you should start a petition to get a whole Australian tour.
Oh well, I wish.
I honestly,
too,
I think
right.
it works though, cause like, I didn't expect you guys to go to Ferndale, but I went to this like link on your website, and it said like request to go to this city, and you guys went to Ferndale. So maybe, you know, if you guys want people to come out, you know.
Yeah,
Australia's a little bit of a challenge, but yeah, I love your country. I love your country.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
By the way,
cool, man.
real quick before I go, by the way, someone asked in chat, and I'm gonna ask on their behalf. Have you seen Freddy Got Fingered?
I've never seen it.
Okay.
Isn't that like Tom Green? Is it a
Tom Green? Yeah, Tom Green. Yeah, I've seen it before. I love it, and
I've never
I
seen
just
the whole movie, but I've seen like
Yeah.
clips, and I was a huge Tom Green fan when I was a kid. What's the pertinence of that question? Is just random?
it's. I mean, I've seen it before, but I also wanted to like see. I've seen it before, but
Yeah.
I wanted to like see if you've seen it before.
Just for
I
like
wouldn't-
if I'm culturally aware of like that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm definitely aware of
Maybe.
it. I grew up in that era, and it was as like kind of like after my time of looking at goofy Hollywood movies. I was a
Yeah.
little old, but I'm a connoisseur of trash, and
Fair
and
enough.
I think that it's in the trash pile.
I love the
Yeah, fair
trash
enough.
movies. I love them.
All right. Well,
I did watch
Alright,
that
well-
Tom Green thing, the documentary about his new Tom Green documentary, and it was quite good. I'm interested in that guy.
Right,
Still.
yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. I'll see you later.
I think I'm getting this request to speak thing a little more. So we're gonna do Sad Boy Squid now, because there's like a list of people in row. So
Got a queue.
got a little queue.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Sweet, awesome. First of all, I just wanted to say, a massive fan of your playing. I'm a bassist as well, and your playing has been hugely inspirational to me. Been many nights playing along to Swans records and figuring out what the hell you're doing, and it's been a lot of fun.
Hey man, appreciate it.
I wanted to ask, as part of the promotional material for the Beggar, you guys did a poster where each member of Swans was drawn as an animal, and I wanted to ask why you chose a camel as your animal.
Dude, it was like the coolest thing. I have a deck of spirit animal cards.
Mhm.
That, like I don't know how to. There's like they're kind of like tarot cards, but they're like you choose them like to get your spirit animal somehow. And I just put them face down and washed them around on the table, and I just picked one, and it was a damn camel that came up.
Do you feel
So I
like a
sent it
camel
as-
is yeah, do you feel like a camel is appropriate for, like, do you feel
I
like
do,
that resonates
yeah.
with you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
Fantastic.
water.
As soon as I picked it, I was like, I couldn't think of an animal. Everybody, I have a hard time self-reflecting, thinking about myself like objectively, and so I let my fingers do the talking, and sure enough, that camel came up, and I knew right away that was perfect. I couldn't have thought of a better animal.
Things
Awesome.
are destiny sometimes, you know.
I think I would have gone for a whale. That's what I would have chose otherwise. But then I think it would have been anatomically difficult.
How do they
Yes,
draw the
definitely.
face on that? It's true.
I also wanted to ask, some of the liner notes, when I've been reading liner notes of some of the records, have mentioned you playing I think it's pronounced Taishogoto.
Oh yeah.
And that's an instrument I haven't really seen anywhere else. Could you like tell us a bit about your playing of that instrument, did you play it before you started playing the
Oh,
Swans? There we go.
Can you
oh
see
my
it?
God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just something I saw. I saw someone playing it on Instagram, and I immediately I was like, I think I know what's going on here, and I wanted one. They're like super cheap online. See, it's electric. It's from the '80s. It's got these. It's
Wow.
a stringed instrument with a pickup. It's got a drone string, and then these and the four two notes that are fretted by these buttons. The buttons bring like a bar down on and the drone string stays unfretted. And you can also when it's amped, you can just tap the buttons to make and you plug it, plugs into an amp. And you can make it loud, and this Suzuki makes them.
Awesome.
Now,
From
I don't know about anybody else here, but like for me, Birthing, the song itself, is like my favorite song. And when it hits 12 minutes in that song, when the Taishogoto comes in, it's like I'm falling through clouds. It's literally so unbelievable, that part. So it's
Thanks, buddy.
nice to know that you added that. It's really cool.
I think I got it. I think I'm about to go to rehearsals now, and I think I got it in like this range of time right before the last. It was unforeseen thing. I was just like, I'm gonna try this, and it worked out great.
You think it might be part of the tour?
Yeah, he asked me to bring. I'm gonna bring it to these rehearsals. So I think it's efficient. Oh, it's probably eternally gonna be part of my. If I'm whatever I'm doing in Swans, if I'm in Swans, I will be having that thing.
That's awesome.
Was it your idea? Did you just bring it in to a rehearsal one day and he was like, "Yeah, that sounds cool"?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I like I said, I saw someone just playing on Instagram, and I immediately was attracted to it. I looked up on eBay. They're like $180, and the thing is small, so it packs easy for flight and tour. And I had a feel as soon as I heard it, I knew, because it's kind of like what Michael loves, dulcimer. He's always wanting, and that kind of has like a dulcimer sound mixed with like a guitar sound mixed. Also, in the way that you play it standing up, like the lap steel, like the way Christoph has the lap steel. I knew it was just like there's too many things that are good about that work for Swans. So I was very confident as soon as I touched it that it would be good to use and better than a keyboard or anything I think else, because all that stuff is already there.
Do you have to use like a pick, or do you like?
You can use your fingers, or you can use I just use my bass pick when I'm playing.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
It has the pick it's supposed to use. I don't. These are the bass picks I use. These really thick ones, and it's supposed to come with. It comes with its own pick that's the same shape, just much thinner. But I just use the bass pick on it.
That's so cool.
Excellent. Thank you so much for showing us that.
Yeah, buddy.
Is it alright if I ask one more question?
Go for it.
A lot of Swan's live work I've heard described as like collective improvisation. Would you be able to elaborate a little bit on what that actually looks like in the terms of, so Michael will bring in a song and say like, here's how it goes, here are the chords, here are the lyrics, and then do you all just kind of gradually come in? Is there direction? How does that kind of thing just like come through and actually form into a song?
Yeah. Excuse me. It's there's a lot of direction. Usually there's Michael is an untrained, like me, is untrained in music, so he and he just knows how he knows a lot about music. He's learned a lot, but when he's doing Swans, he's pulling from a very what would you call it, like narrow field of things that he likes. He doesn't pull in everything he can do. He just has and he has a limited even way of speaking or expressing it, because he doesn't have musical training. He doesn't know theory at all, so he doesn't give much technical direction. He gives more like general directions, and he knows roughly where he wants something to go, and then he leaves everyone to interpret that how they will, and then he is editing or directing what he hears you doing, and then when you're doing it over and over and over again, if he basically will kill it if it's not working for him. He's like, it's over, we're moving on, we're changing everything. But if he's if he senses something in there that he is interested in, we'll just keep doing it. And after a million billion times of doing it, you're just everyone is slightly adjusting things and slightly micro changing, and a lot of the improv is just from time, like going over and over and over, and things start to emerge that we're definitely not there to begin with. So a lot of it has to do with everybody kind of listening to everything and trying something, just always nudging it in a direction, or one direction or another, and then Michael will either allow it to survive or not. Definitely tell when he's into it. When you do something, you come up with something and it's like that you've never done before, and they're playing it, he immediately reacts to it. You can tell that it's like, yep, we're doing that. But sometimes he has like a great reaction at first. He's like, oh, you can tell he's in love with what just happened. And then you go to do it again the next day, and he's like, not like it was yesterday. It's exactly what I'm playing yesterday. It just doesn't feel the same. You're doing something different, or somebody else is doing something different that's making it not happen like the way it happened. And that has happened plenty of times where you maybe hit some of the super ecstatic part that we've never done before. But for some reason, either we're not doing it the way we did it, or he's just not reacting to it the way he did at first. And that can send us on a nightmare journey of trying to figure out. and often one of two things will happen. We'll either figure it out and it'll be like, yay, we're back again, we're in business, or it's just not working and the whole thing gets shit canned, and we have to figure out how to rebuild the whole entire thing. Which is, it's 50-50. One of those two things is going to happen.
That's really interesting. Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, yeah. Cheers for answering my questions. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this. I hope you have a great day.
You too.
All right, up next is Millie.
Is this on?
Yep.
Okay. So you've been recording with Swans for 15 years, is that correct?
About correct.
What has been your favorite studio album to record with them?
Definitely the Glowing Man and To Be Kind, or like those that run was my favorite. They kind of actually, both those records totally blur together for me because they were in the same studio in Texas.
Mhm.
I think also we were at our age and like the way things had been going. Those were like we were deep into it at that point with no quitting and no breaks. And I think that there was this beautiful studio and on a pecan ranch and right on the border of Mexico near El Paso, and just a magical place to live and work, and we were at the peak of our powers probably at that point too. So I don't know which one is. I've noticed some of the questions about To Be Kind. I don't really remember the difference between The Glowing Man and To Be Kind. In my memory, they completely blur together. But I think, like, as a piece of music, the song The Glowing Man is, like, I think our greatest achievement, like, for a record. But To Be Kind, I think, maybe is, like, the best record.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
So I definitely remember in doing To Be Kind, the moment we were having trouble with Screenshot. Like, we'd worked on many iterations of Screenshot, and in the studio, like after we'd rehearse other things, like when we were coming to track Greenshot, that bass line kind of came quick, like long after we had done many thousands of other bass lines, and it just started to. And I remember Michael just being really excited when that coagulated. I started doing that something that made it what it was, and immediately reacted, and it was knew it was going to be a good. I knew that was going to be a good one.
Whatever you guys landed on with that, I mean, I think in the Swans community, it just seems like everybody, regardless if that's their favorite song or not, they describe it as the most like perfect Swans song. Like just the development of it, the bass line, the lyrics. It's very perfect, and the structure, it just ends on like such a build up. So, yeah, whatever you guys landed on was really good.
Thank you.
Do you have any more questions?
You also said, oh, sorry. All right, go ahead.
Oh, you go.
You also said that you like listening to hip hop when you grew up.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and I was there. It was Run DMC. We had Dougie Fresh. We had Cool Mo D. I grew up in New York, so I was part of hearing. Was in the world and hearing it, and the thing that broke my brain the most was drop bass. It Takes Two. If I heard that from I heard that the summer it came out, someone was blasting it from a distance on a big stereo, and it caused me to run like in a full tilt. I heard that beat, and I just I needed to get closer to the speakers, and I just love the thing about hip hop that I've always loved the most, more than the rapping, was the music, the beats, the samples, and all that. The idea of a mix of cutting samples together was insanely cool to me. I don't love poetry as much as I love music, and I don't love lyrics as much as I love music. And so the cool thing about hip hop to me was how that makes the voice an instrument, like a percussive instrument. And I don't care what they're saying. I never care what they're saying. I don't care what anybody's saying in any lyrics. In fact, if I know what you're saying, it usually makes it worse for me. And but the beat if the beat kicks me and hits me hard like that, it still drives me crazy. And then then it was like De La Soul, the sampling on De La Soul. De La Soul is Dead. How many goddamn samples on that, like from so many things that I've heard before, it blew me away. I still listen to that album today. And of BC Boys was a huge thing for me. And I loved I dropped out of kind of caring about what's going on in hip hop in the early 2000s, probably the early aughts. I just kind of felt like I'd heard everything about hip hop. I still don't really hear anything really cool going on in hip hop. I feel like it's just related to the fact that I'm more interested in the music of it, and the music is I think considered probably the least important part of what's going on in hip hop. If you take the vocals out, there's just not much to what's going on these days. I'm sure there is somewhere, but I think what's popular.
I mean, the 2000s really did change everything. I feel like with at least pop and rap. I mean, rock was preserved pretty well, but I feel like that's kind of when those started changing a lot, for sure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things changed for the worse in the 2000s, or got immured in time.
Yeah. Did you like Grandmaster Flash?
Yeah, I love Grandmaster Flash. Yeah.
Grew up on that too. I'm kind of like the transition generation, before the internet, but also with the internet, and so I.
You're a millennial.
A millennial, yep.
All right, you did say you were in New York.
I'm Gen X. I'm not a boomer.
You did say you were in New York in the 90s. I would expect you would have heard of Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, that was after my time though. I was or not after my time, but I didn't actually like Wu-Tang that much. I remember the
Okay.
two things that happened at the same time. And I was like, people were like, "This is the greatest thing." Wu-Tang. I listened to Wu-Tang. I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, to me, it was just like okay. And
Right.
and I still am not a huge Wu-Tang fan. And also Rage Against the Machine. I think that at the same around the same time like came out or like was in the zeitgeist. And all the same thing. I was just like, I get it, but it's not what it should make sense. It should be cool to me by the way and what they're doing, but I don't know, something about it didn't. You know what I don't like about Rage Against the Machine is the bass and the drums. I like the guitar, I like the vocals. I just don't like the bass and the drums, and that's like kind of. And Wu-Tang, you know what they choose a direction that's it's too cool. Like trying to be too cool for me. Like I like a little like who's to me Public Enemy was cooler than Wu-Tang, and that's probably like hard. and nothing, and it just didn't seem that's I don't take hip hop that serious as they take it. So it seems like I think there's like something lighthearted about hip hop that Wu-Tang just goes over my head.
Okay, I do
But I
have
was
one
there.
final question before I just get off the stage because I'd rather have some other people ask questions now. What is your favorite Swans album before you joined the band?
I would say Swans Are Dead. That was the one that because I think I was never an album fan. It was always like songs here and there that I liked. Mm-hmm. But as an album, Swans Are Dead is like I think they're one of the greatest like recording achievements as a whole.
All right. Well, thanks for talking for me.
Hey, man.
Talking to me, I mean.
Talking at you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Up next is A Money.
What's up, B Money?
C Money.
A Money. B Money.
D Money. I have a request in. Are you able to join? If you're on mobile, I think a lot of people are having troubles getting in through mobile, so try to do it through your desktop. If it's not working right now, we can always just switch to someone else until you get it working. I'll do Slim and Jimin next, real quick. Yo.
We hear you. That guy's eating his phone.
This is a good question. Okay, I'm gonna switch to someone else until you're back. Let's do Jonah.
Jonah.
Hi. First of all, very honored to talk with you. I'm Jonah. I'm 17. Big Swans fan. Favorite band. Very excited to be here. But my first question is regarding A Piece of the Sky, which is my favorite song of all time. I love it. Perfect example of like how to progress a composition. I adore your work in the song, especially at the end. I've cried to it a lot. But how do you approach finding your place in compositions like that start so minimal and evolve into something so grand?
That one took a little bit of thought. I would say a lot of my contributions to a lot don't take much thought. I just have to. I trust my hands. I trust my feelings. I trust my gut. I trust Michael. And but that one we actually had to like arrange and orchestrate, and we had been it was one of those songs that we had beat our heads over trying to figure out what to do, and it ultimately just took me sitting down with the chords that he had, and just and I had to. I'm not, like I said before, I'm not trained. I don't even know how to write anything down in any way. Like I don't have shorthand for how to like write anything down. So I just had to go line by line in that one and just give me this chord, okay, and then I would play just what I could to this, and then I would just write down what I played, and go to the next chord and write down and then I went meticulously, like line by line, one at a time, and strung it all together, and I was able. It was one of the only times I had to like write some kind of like sheet music or my version of sheet music to be able to know what to do, and yeah, and we never played. That was the last time I played it too.
Yeah. Would you say that's one of the most challenging songs that you've had to record with Swans?
No. I mean, like, I've done a lot of music outside of Swans, and like, I would, most bands I've ever been in, one song is more complicated than like any like whole live, like any like whole entire album of Swans.
Yeah.
As far as like bass playing, the real challenge is the duration, the stamina, and what you're doing to your hands when you play that long and that hard it takes a lot. So which ultimately is way more challenging than playing like 1,000 different notes and having to learn all these changes and all these parts. It's the actual physically maintaining and like hanging in there is definitely the hardest thing. I don't know which. There was something on. I remember there was a few things on the Beggar that were just like I had to play for so long that I was like, wow. I can hear in the recording where my hands are failing, and I'm like having to like adjust so my muscles don't give out. And yeah, I think something. It was you know what it was? It was the Memorious, that high bass line I'm playing.
Yeah.
Because I have to hit those notes so hard to make them pop out, and it just goes on. It's so long, and I could hear a few points in the middle of it. I think that was the most physically challenging thing to record, and it's the same thing like over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, I'm a bassist myself, and I've tried to play through it's so physically demanding, very enduring. It's absurd. So yeah. I have one more question, just a general question. Are you into progressive rock at all? Like specifically like Rush?
No. I mean, it's one of those things that I usually like the bass player of, but I don't like the way I don't like progressive drummers, and I don't like certainly don't like progressive singers.
Yeah,
I don't like progressive guitar players. I do like progressive bass players though.
Yeah, they're killer.
Like the one thing that stands out in that genre. But occasionally, there's some song. Usually, what it is like it's like a piece, like a part of a song that I'm like super into. I was never a huge King Crimson fan, but I like a lot of. I never liked Yes either. Like all those things, there's like something in there that I like. There's always some parts and passages that I like, but they never hang on to the part. It's like I could hear that part over and over and over.
Yeah.
They always progress onto something else.
Yeah.
What about like Tool?
I was a huge Tool fan like when they came out, like as a kid. But that didn't stick with me as like I can barely hear Tool as like a day.
Like
I
Undertow?
saw Perfect Circle play. Yeah, I didn't like it. It was okay. Tool, I got huge respect. There's like a lot of music I don't like, but I have like a massive respect for because of how it's done and how actually good it is, like objectively. Tool is definitely one of those things that's like objectively, I think, amazing. I just don't it doesn't speak to me. Same thing with prog. It's like I got a massive respect for it, but it's not my jam.
It's funny to me you said that about prog, how you wish certain sections could be drawn out longer, because I've always seen that between post rock and prog, where like post rock is just like kind of like a baby in a sense of it, but like just more drawn out.
what post rock kind of captures those triumphant moments of prog rock and just
Yeah.
lets the bell ring.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
something, that dynamic reminds me of hip hop too, because it's like
Oh yeah.
breakbeat concept. Like your song, like you get, like you're taking this little snippet of a song that's this giant but it's got this one little breakdown part that's actually better than the whole entire song. It's like the
Yeah.
best part of this, and everything else ruins it. Or when these, when the actual instruments come in, it ruins ruins the
Yeah.
beat. And I feel like that's a lot of what goes on with a lot of music. But prog rock suffers from that. It's for specific types of people. I have no shade on anyone who loves that stuff.
Yeah.
I do have to do a bathroom break. Do you need one at all? Or should I just like bring in another question?
Are you offering me your bathroom?
Yeah. Hey, always open. Whenever.
I'm good. Want me to MC while you go?
Yeah, you should be able to just like, if you click on the top right, there's like all the requests, and then you just click like the invite to speak button, and then they join. But I'll be gone for literally like 2 minutes. So, here I'll bring in Silver PMK.
Do that.
All right, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Silver there.
Hello? Can you hear me? Oh no, is it doing it again?
No.
Hold on.
Nope, gone. We need a sec. Wow. Well. I don't know how to bring anybody in. Oh,
hello.
Who's this?
I think I've replaced him. Apparently, I'm Silver now. Can you not hear me either? No, can't hear me. Don't think you can see that.
No, I hear nothing.
Damn. What is going on? The curse of Shoom leaving, honestly. Well,
you
this
can
is
hear
awkward.
spit and I can't?
Yeah. All these wonderful people can hear me, but you
Wonder
can't.
if, because host is muted, it mutes other audio from me.
Yeah, maybe. That's probably
I'm always
what's going on.
I definitely.
This is a little awkward. When Shoom comes back, you can replace me back, Silver, if you want. If it works. Can you sing us a song? What song do you want me to sing?
I do it again. Join again.
Join again. Me. But I'm gonna sing. Don't say any song. Give me a Swan song or something. I'll make a fool of myself. No, I'm not singing that. No, I'm not singing Wonderwall either. Oh fuck! I don't know lyrics off the top of my head.
Slide away.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Shum.
Yo.
Now we have two of us. I will
Can you
leave
hear me?
you.
He can't hear us.
He can't hear us.
When you muted, it muted everybody from me.
Really? That is so weird.
Can you hear us right now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
Yippee! Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, when Shum mutes, I can't hear.
That is so weird.
Okay, I'll leave you to
really weird.
speak, Silver. I'm fine waiting a little bit longer.
So I was thinking about this a lot, and I think that I just have a few questions that I want to spitball. So the first question, what are some like cool production or mixing or just like playing techniques and ideas that you've used that you would want like other musicians to know about? if there is any?
Yeah, you know, I'd say like one of the I feel like the coolest thing that I probably do that I don't see a lot of other, certainly bass players doing, is using effects as accents.
Ooh.
Singular notes. You know, it's like how I did the oxygen bass line.
Yeah.
Overdrive on the first chord, the having a loud, which
Yeah.
it's hard to record it, but through an amp live, it always is. I use a lot of effects where I stab the effects. I don't keep them on. I do that with delays, with or like an array of effects all at once.
Yeah.
I think that's like kind of my favorite trick that I do that has so many applications. In bass, like you have high notes that are often quieter. Like conversely to guitar, like when you hit like a super high note, it like often it just cuts through everything. But when you go higher on the bass, it kind of goes down. So my solution to that is always boost the signal on just the high note so that it doesn't, so it's actually louder than all the low notes. And overdrive, distortion, fuzz usually doesn't work because fuzz usually makes things high notes quieter. But like overdrive, EQ, or having an EQ jacked up that you're just turning on momentarily. That's my that's my thing. I would like to impart to all bass players in the world. Use effects as momentary stabs to make certain notes just jump the hell out get in front of the guitar player.
Yeah.
That's what I always think.
This is, I feel like, a really obvious question, but I haven't seen anyone asking. I don't think anyone will. What's kind of the creative process of Swans? Like when you make a song, is it like Gira comes in, he's like, okay, here's an idea that I have. What are you guys' idea on how to do this? Or is it like, just stuff like that?
There's two ways. There's two ways that there are songs, and one is Michael has like a song that he has on guitar and vocals. He has like, this is what I play. This is how I play. The guitar goes like this, and I sing this, and then we all. He might have like a few like don't do this things to people, like don't play like this, but I want it like this, but don't do that. And that's usually like the extent of the direction we have. And the other way is we just need like a piece of it's instrumental. We just need sound, and he says something, and he has maybe some direction. We need to make sound here. And we all just do, and then after playing it for a long time, you wind up getting these whole new ideas that he will hone in on, and that may he may dump like huge other portions for this new thing that we've come up, and then build off that. So there's like kind of there's basically the two things are like we do like kind of improving, or we are
like jam
just
sessions,
trying to flesh out what he has on acoustic guitar and vocals.
Yeah. Another really obvious question. What's your biggest piece of advice for aspiring artists and musicians?
I'd say just don't quit. Don't even think about quitting. Always be going forward. One of the most useful things that probably in any art form or like creative endeavor is always talk about it to everybody, and just like kind of meet as many people as you can. And it doesn't matter the field or may seem like I don't need to talk to this because they don't have anything to do with what I'm interested in. Just go like meet as many people as you can and put yourself out there. You got to kind of be there in order to get to the next thing. You have to be in the room, you got to be like, put yourself out, like regardless of whether it directly benefits. You never know, because you never know who's going to be where and what they have to offer you. And because there's nothing you can do on your own. There's not, even if you're a solo artist or just a painter, there's just nothing that can happen for you on your own. Like you can't do everything. You have to kind of get involved in other people's things. And everything is a group effort. There's no way forward for just one person.
I just wanted to add in real quick that showing your work to everybody is like the biggest thing that changed it for me. I started
Yeah.
talking to my coworkers and saying, "Hey, just check out this song." And you know, sometimes I'm cringing while I'm asking or whatever, but I just send it to them,
Yeah.
and you know, it really builds your confidence. So I've started to do that more and more, and it's just been nothing but great. So
that's great advice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Final question. This is one that's more specific. So it's surrounding the song "Rope Away" off the new Birthing.
Mm-hmm.
That song, the way that it builds from this one little thing to this, I mean, massive, sprawling production, which, you know, that feels like every Swan song ever, people will say. But I think that that song captures it really well. What was the recording of that song like? Because there's so many different elements that I'm picking out.
Yeah, there was a song that was recorded under in different in piecemeal. There is some we recorded the last, you know, the away part as a band, and then you know, we basically the beginning part and, you know, the slash is like two separate recordings.
Yeah.
And the away part we recorded as a band, and then Michael and I continued working on it via email after for some time, and I added a lot of keyboards and more of the Taishogoto, and I kind of fleshed out a lot of stuff that I then Michael and Ingo put together in the studio, and then the first part was just tacked on. They did that separately. I don't think I play anything on the first part. Do I?
Yeah.
I gotta pull it up. But yeah, oh yeah, that's like, it's like that repeating melody thing that goes, right? It's got like a, yeah, I think but my main contribution is to Away on that. And yeah, and it was a lot of different it was done over a long time in different ways, and then after I emailed a bunch of overdubs, Michael continued overdubbing people, and so it's a lot of that was a lot of stuff. It was kind of the way we've been doing things lately, as of late, is that like we don't spend that much time live tracking it, or not as much as we do, and take a lot of extra time with how we handle it after the fact, like as a group, because of like the way, you know, it used to be all just done in the studio, and that was it. And now we can go home and I can work from where I'm sitting right now on a bunch of stuff and send it in. And you know, when you're in the studio, it's like you're on the clock, so it's like you don't like want to go through like 50, 60 different ideas just to see how it sits, and then take a few days to think about it. You know, you can't do that but now with, I guess, you know, we've sort of adopted the modern ability to just take time with things and be able to try tons of different ideas just to get, you know, to not waste time in the studio.
iterations.
It makes it iterations after iterations, and the time to think about, to listen to it and and sit with it.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you, man. Thank you for answering my questions. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of I'm gonna call this a show. So.
All right, Mr. P.
Real quick, just before I do some other questions, I just wanted to do a quick, like, couple of questions that people want me to ask for them. One, it's just kind of funny. So we do this little track survivor thing. So basically, like, you just put the 7 songs from like Birthing up, and then you just vote out the worst one, right? Not the worst one, but your least favorite.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna DM you real quick the current state of our survivor, and I just was curious which one you would pick. So if you check your DMs, there's like 3 options. Which one would you vote out?
Man.
I know it's tough to answer.
Let's see. Also, like I gotta think of like everything that happens in all of the. I'd get rid of birthing.
All
Title
right.
track.
Wow, that surprised me because you're Taishogoto. Is that how you say it?
I actually, I've heard people say it differently, but that's how I say it.
Got
Yeah,
it.
let's call it that.
That really surprised me. The chat's going wild. It's funny.
I really like the Healers.
Yeah.
And I really like I like Rope Away too. I really like Birthing. I do really like Birthing. I thought it came out really well. You know what? You know what? The thing about the one thing that makes me kill Birthing is the ending.
The ending, yeah.
The ending was like one of the biggest things that we did live, and it did not get. I feel like the ending got short shrift on the record.
It's like interesting for me because like Live Rope and Birthing, they both kind of share the top spot of all time for me. Like I just think they both are kind of, you know, one is more for the daily. You know, Birthing is a lot shorter, so you can kind of listen to it when you drive to work. Live Rope is when you save it for those special occasions, like you just had a great life experience moment. And for me, Birthing itself, the song on like Birthing, not on Live Rope, yeah, I think it kind of like elevates to the skies in the first like 8 minutes, 10 minutes or so. And then when the Taishogoto comes out, it's amazing. But it does seem like a lot of people do say that like near the end, you know, they share the same sentiment about it. But yeah, regardless, to me, I think they're kind of like one and the same. Like, you know, they both fit different purposes, you know, for how you enjoy it and listen to it. So
definitely feel like Michael was like, I know for sure that Michael thinks that the live record, Live Rope, is, you know, what came out like better than he anticipated, and sits high up on like the things that he feels he's, you know, as Swans has done as a whole, and specifically that song, and then when it came to the studio version, I felt like he didn't, like it was done already, like we did it already on the
Right.
live thing. Trying to do something new, and I don't think, you know, or not necessarily new, but he didn't really give it all like it, but I think ultimately because he felt like it's already there on the Live Rope.
Right.
And I would say it's sort of true, but like I do wish he would have pumped up that end. You know what, I guess was one of the things that is the deficit of that recording style I was just talking about. I don't think we nailed the live as a band, the recording for the ending there, and he was, I think, stuck with maybe less than perfect, and that's what he came up with, how to fit, you know, what to do with it instead of being able to do it again, because, you know, the session's over, you can't like do it again.
Well, there had to be a difference too, you know, so it makes sense.
And there had to be a difference, and that was what yeah, and we were coming. I mean, when we recorded that, we were coming right off tour. We were and we were both like in great shape and worn out. You know, both directions. And that's like, to me, the whole live set was about that ending of Birthing. Like that's where the whole entire thing was coming to that conclusion. It was the whole entire point.
Last thing I gotta say about those two songs is that you hand me those songs, it literally, once it gets to like the part where it's like children screaming, laughing, you know, without meaning, it brings me to tears. Like I'm like, it's kind of funny. You just hear me play it, I just start crying. Like it really just like, I don't know. It makes me think about my dad a lot. Like he's getting older. He's almost 60 now, you know, and it's just like, I know that at 60, that's still young, of course, but like, you know, I'm just growing up, I'm seeing him change, and it's like, wow, like that's kind of from his perspective. I'll go now, you know?
Yeah. I gotta say that I have the same, you know, feelings when I hear Michael's lyrics on the last, especially since the beggar. I cried when I heard the beggar, for sure. I was like, it's like, wow, this hurts to hear. It
Like-
hurts in my feels.
Like, no more of this when he's saying like goodbye, lover. That part, just
That
hits
got
me
me
so
too.
hard. I got one other question before we jump back into like other people. So this like comes up so much on Reddit. It was like one of the top comments when I advertised the Q&A session. People want to know, 2012.
Yeah, I know what it's gonna be already.
Helpless Child?
Yeah, that I think I have a feeling this was a thing. It was a mistake of mine that caused this question to be asked. Because I don't know if someone asked me if we played it or I just said we played it, but it was Beautiful Child that we played, and I was confusing the two Child songs. I think I don't know if that's the source of the I know that I remember on Reddit someone asked me something, and I don't remember if they suggested that we play this song or I just said we played that song. But I remember that their reaction was like, "What?" And I was like, I don't know if I just said the right thing, because they're reacting like it's some amazing concept. I was like, no, it's like, isn't it on like, so we recorded it. It was Beautiful Child that we, it's on Deliquescence, right? Our version of Beautiful Child is on that record. And I don't know where that, I may have started that by accident just because I'm bad with song titles.
Well, you opened the legend and you closed the legend right there. There you go.
Yeah, we never played Helpless Child. We never played Helpless Child, ever.
All right, let me get back to the list. I think A Money got his stuff working. I don't see his request to speak in here anymore, though, so let's try someone else. The biggest Die Tourist fan. Just invited you to speak. And if they don't answer, then I'll just do A Money real quick. Oh, also, just because, like, I didn't expect so many people to be asking questions, because on the list, like, about 5 people said that they would personally ask them. Let's try to do, like, 2 questions per person now, just to, like, you know, make sure that everybody gets a chance. Yeah, all right, let me invite A Money, see if it works.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Ooh.
Yep.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Okay. First I'll try and keep this short. I'd like to start with I really love your bass playing. You're one of the people that has like really inspired me. Obviously there's been others, but like especially the way you use effects and stuff and your kind of aggressive style. So yeah. Thanks for that, I guess. Um My question was going to be, I've read the like oral history book and watched a lot of videos, and it's clear that there's been a lot of how do you say, hijinks, I guess,
Yeah.
with the Swans and company between
Mm-hmm.
touring and recording and stuff. So I was just going to ask, what are some of the most memorable or just like funny or stupid moments from touring or being in there with the band?
Yeah, let's see. You know, the first one that comes to mind is that one in Ukraine. It's on YouTube. There's of us playing at Kiev, and there was just this drunk guy in the audience who was so drunk, and he was just, and he couldn't really stand, and uh, and he was bumping into all the other people in the front row, like aggressively, like and uncontrollably. And Michael didn't see it. He was kind of near me. He was kind of close to Michael. He just didn't notice. I saw the whole thing. I was watching the whole time, like, this is gonna be weird. This guy's out of control. And of course, eventually, the audience was kind of almost fighting with him, trying to get him to like not bump into them. And then security came swooping in, and totally Ukrainian style, just grabbed this guy by the throat and just dragged him by the throat. You know, he went with his feet, his heel, dragging on his heel. He was held by his throat. And that's when Michael saw it. Only thing Michael saw was this guy getting grabbed by the throat, and he immediately stopped us playing. He was like, "Let that man go." He just thought this guy was being abused by the club, you know. he was being a little bit handled roughly, but the guy needed to go. He was out of control, and Michael demanded that they bring him back. Let that man go. Stop the violence. It's all, and the clip is on YouTube of us stopping. We stopped the song and we've been building for like 30, 40 minutes. Stopped. And then Michael just demanded that they bring that guy back. And in Ukraine, Swans is like held on a higher level than we are in Europe or US. It's extra special when we're there. Like we get treated like we're Oasis,
Yeah.
And
I'm Ukrainian,
and
actually.
so the security brought that guy back and just put him right back in the front row, because he was like so drunk and out of control, he just kind of had like his own security detail, like two guys separating him from basically everybody else. And then we continued the song, and that guy stood in the front drunk as fuck while he had his own security detail, because at that point Michael made him his personal guest. This is my
Wow.
And I was laughing so hard on stage because I knew Michael was unaware of what was the reality of what was going on. And and it's funny to see it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Who screenshot me making that face?
Frankie M. It's Frankie M. He's alive, I guess.
Frankie.
I guess one other short one before I go. Obviously, I've loved your live records. Stuff like The Gate is like top 10 albums all time for me, just stuff like that. And so I was curious if there's anything you can reveal into the final Swans tour. I don't know how much it's been discussed, but
Yeah, it's nothing much to reveal because it's unwritten. we
Yeah.
will I guess that a lot of what we do in Swans is like arrangement more than writing, but I think it's so in-depth arrangement that I guess I consider it kind of writing. But we will start writing soon the set, and I anticipate that there will be an effort to kind of not exactly do what we've always done, but find a way to do what we've always done in another way, sort of. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's certainly going to be an effort to not just own it in or do the tricks that we do. There's going to be an effort to make it kind of special and make something happen. That's always the goal, just to make shit happen. That's definitely a quote of his too. Just make shit happen. I don't know what you're going to do, just make shit happen. And
Yeah.
we will definitely be attempting to make shit happen. And I know that we'll be involving pre-written songs that we will most likely completely rearrange and completely rewrite. So I'm nervous and excited as usual, to put it all together. I don't know what else to say about it. I know there's going to be Normans in it, so I know it's going to. I have a few, it's going to be a build on, the added thing to how we were doing it on the last tour is that Norm will have a serious electric guitar, or we didn't have electric guitar before, really, just two lap steels, and acoustic.
Yeah, great. Well, I'm looking at flying out to the Norfolk show, so hopefully I'll
All
get to
right.
see y'all there.
What venue are we playing in Norfolk? I didn't even notice in Norfolk. I never even saw. Do you know the venue we're playing?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
You
I'm
don't
only
live
flying
in.
out there. No,
From
I
where?
live in I live in Nashville, but there's just no other shows in the
That'll
Southeast.
be the closest. Wow. All right, buddy.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
You in
Hope to see you there.
Norfolk.
Norfolk. Okay, next person is gonna be Spit because he was in here earlier, so let's get him back in here.
Oh, yippee! Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yay! Happy times.
Oh yeah. I was looking at your icon before, but I couldn't hear you.
Well, I'll try and keep it brief for Shroom's benefit. But my question is, over the 15 plus years you've worked with Swans, who do you think is the funniest member you've been with?
I'm the funniest member. But the funniest it's a good question. Let's see. It's got to be Norman. Norman's the funniest.
Nice.
Norman cracks me up.
It's just like a natural.
What about Thor?
He's got a deadpan like ridiculousness. You know, he just says something like so monotone and deadpan and just drops. It'll shut everybody up. Norman speaks, it always, like when he's joking or serious, it always kind of like, he doesn't speak that much, and then when he speaks, it goes just like someone dropped a bowling ball on the floor. Always.
I have a coworker like that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And his stories too. He has ridiculous stories. Once he gets on a story, like everybody just sits and is quiet. You sit cross-legged and you listen to it. He's got these long stories that are always like full of funniness.
The Juju fans of the chat are asking me, what was Jamie Stewart like? What are they like?
Jamie is just like a lovely, lovely person to me. I think he went on tour with Swans a couple of times, and so we got to spend time getting to know each other then, and it was a delight to tour with him. But like, I don't know how to describe what he's like. He also is very funny, and he's just he's super sweetheart. He's one of the most caring people I've ever met. And yeah, he did cover Under Pressure with Michael. But yeah, and he's a great musician, and he's a great leader, and yeah, I went on tour with them under weird circumstances because they had I was a replacement for someone that had they rehearsed with that pulled out like last minute, so I just showed up like and I had such a blast learning all of his music and doing the lightning speed, let's figure out this whole set in one day thing. And yeah, it was great. And I loved and when he was on tour with Swans, he was always super gracious and super fun, added a great vibe to our tours. And it was great to be in his tours. All around great dude.
Awesome sauce.
I was reading that little clip from his book that was on Reddit yesterday about the picture of the Vietnamese dude with the baby for what record is it?
Oh yeah,
And he was telling the story of how it came to be. It made me want to go read the rest of the book because it was great. It was great what the passage I read. Y'all read that on someone posted it on the Juju subreddit yesterday.
I'm just getting into them, so I haven't looked at their subreddit yet, but I've heard A Promise and the Purple album. What's the purple one?
Girl with a Basket of Fruit.
Yeah, I've heard those two so far. But yeah, like I said, once I'm done with the QA session, I'm jumping into all these bands that everybody's recommending. It's gonna be sick.
Also, I still need icing to get into Juju as well.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a pleasure meeting you, Christopher Pravdica, if that's how you pronounce it.
Pravdica.
Pravdica, okay. Because I like to think music's in my blood, so yeah. Because both my parents were musicians when they met, and I've got an uncle actually who's I don't dare say who he is because he's literally one of the most famous musicians currently living. But,
Come on, dude. I want to know.
No. Besides, I've got one more thing to do before I disappear back into the void. Well, Shroom, when you disappeared to take a pee, people were telling me to sing a song, and I decided I would sing Blind. Admittedly, it's not a song that you worked on, Chris, tragically, but It's a song that means a lot to me. So
I just want to. I would like to tell you before you sing it that I've heard Phil Anselmo sing it from Pantera.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Angrily, because he loves that song.
Let's hear it.
That's amazing.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna go sing the first bit, so don't worry. Oh fuck, I have to get the. Hang on. Give me a second. I'm hearing the YouTube part version. Hang on. Oh my god, when did you start singing?
30 minutes. It takes 30 minutes for the vocals to come.
Yeah.
Just wait with me. Wait with me.
Oh my god.
All right.
Give me a second. As are weak, and some endure, and some people live their lives with a violence that's pure and clean. But I saw a man cry once, down on his knees, in the corner of a darkened cell, and his pain meant nothing to me. But I was younger then, and young men never die. When I walked out in the sun, I was strong, clear-minded, and blind. And that's all you're getting.
That was good. I like that.
Thank you. I've never sung to people before. It wasn't that great. I've done a little better, but
Nah, keep doing
people promised me. Thank you. I hope to be a musician in the future. Again, I want to meet my uncle at some point because I've never looks impressed. Yeah, sure, buddy. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure, Chris. Absolute pleasure.
You too, Mr. Spit. I'm gonna find out who your uncle is.
Have a good one now. Bye bye.
All right. Up next we got Obescent Bread 84.
What's your audio?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, there we. I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yep.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I think your
hello.
video is actually locked or something, Chris.
I didn't
it is?
turn my video
Yeah, try
on.
to just turn it off and then on. There we go. Hold on.
Got me? Yeah, you're.
I think you're just
All right,
lagging right now, like
uh-oh.
your internet is a little slow or something, so.
Nope, now I
I'm
don't hear
sorry.
you.
Hello? Oh, hold on.
Now I hear nothing.
Hold on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Everybody went away.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time. I was just worried you couldn't hear me.
Hold on. Hold on. And then where's Chris? Invite to speak. There we go. Can you hear me now?
I could hear you.
I hear nothing.
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
I don't know if y'all can hear me.
No,
I can hear you.
can hear. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Hold on.
I see nothing.
Hold on. Oh no. Hopefully we can get this working.
No.
Let me start my camera again.
Hello.
Okay. Did he join the chat? No, I don't want to lose him.
Hey. Hope Chris comes back.
Yeah. Let me know when you guys see him in the list. Oh, there he is. Okay, and then invite to speak. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me now, Chris?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think your internet is just lagging
Oh,
or
that's just the
something.
music.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me?
Oh, hello. Nothing,
Hey.
nothing.
Oh,
I hear you.
Oh, you hear me?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, it popped
Can you
off
hear
again.
me?
We all good now?
Can you hear me, Chris?
I can see you, but I can't
How
hear
about
you.
now? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, and it's
Blah,
coming
blah.
in and out.
Blah, blah, blah,
I
blah,
think
blah.
it's your internet.
I'm going to try rejoining again. I'm going to pop off.
Okay. By the way, while we're waiting for Chris, I want to ask you, I know you said 2 questions, but I promised someone I would ask a question for them. They forgot to ask when it was their turn. So can I ask that as well?
Yeah, let's just try to keep it prompt because I don't want to have like these overlapping questions between people because then I get confused as to who's asked and who hasn't. But if they already, in this case, since they already went up and they forgot, that's fine. But for anybody else, if any of you guys like want me to ask the question for you or you want to like ask the question for someone else, just let me do that. Just because it helps me know. Chris.
Okay. Someone said I should try leaving and rejoining, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
try
do
leaving. Yeah. All right. How about now? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yo.
Nothing.
No? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Stay here 1 second.
Oh, I heard something. Are you there?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, that's good.
Can you see me?
I can see you, yes.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Oh, I got you.
There
Yeah,
we
I got
go.
you.
All right, we're good.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. It's all working now. Yay.
Sweet. All
Everyone
right.
in chat is very excited about this.
Yes.
I just had a few questions.
Okay.
First, I want to ask, are you planning on any future Swans tours being on or near Boise? Where I live.
Yeah, I don't plan the tours.
Oh,
but
sorry.
I would say is that in the future and as the ages of us are all getting, like it's probably going to get harder and harder to get to the smaller markets. And have we ever played Idaho? In the time that I've been in Swans, I don't think so. Have you ever played Idaho? I played Boise before.
On your solo tour?
It's just in bands that I've been in. I've gone through Boise. It's always like quiet, small. I've never had like a big giant show in Boise.
Everybody's trying to
I'm not in Slipknot.
They're just trying to like absorb the music because they don't get anything there very often.
Yeah, it's always cool to go to off out of like secondary and third tier markets in the States. Everyone is so excited. Is there a big audience for Swans in Boise?
I mean, I haven't met any other Swans fans in Boise. I was just asking.
I think that's going to be the
Boise.
issue. I think that's part of the issue. we got you.
Yeah, I'll come.
If you build it, we will come.
Yes, I will.
If you can build at least 1,000 people that are guaranteed to come to a Boise show.
Yeah.
And but I have a feeling it's probably like maybe like 300 to 400 people maybe in Boise that might be interested.
Yeah.
Right. That's almost not enough. It's kind of enough. Close to enough. I guess if every single one of those 100% of the audience buys like a ton of merch, then we can do it.
You have another question?
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if Chris was still talking about.
Thank you for giving me the right of way. I'm still here.
Yeah, my second question, I just want to ask, outside of like Swans, just any band, any genre, anything. What's your favorite album, just ever?
The one I mentioned earlier is probably the one that I can still always listen to, and is probably the one of the most important, like, formative albums for me, is the Curtis Mayfield live record, Curtis Live. It has a lot of deep meaning to me.
Okay. And I also just wanted to had one more question that someone else wanted to ask, except they forgot to ask when it was their time, so I was going to ask for them. Can you talk about the bass line to Oxygen?
Yeah. Like, as far as I came up with that bass line, and it's off of this pre-existing song, and it was one of those ones where Michael really wanted, like in Screenshot and other songs that we've worked on, where he was like really wanted a bass line. Another one was The Glowing Man. Like, we worked really hard coming up with that riff, and did like that riff so many times. Same thing with Oxygen. It was basically me and Phil got together like in before and after rehearsals while we were working on that specific piece, and so everyone else didn't have to suffer through us just working it out. And based on the criteria that we had from Michael, and we knew, we needed a slamming riff and a slamming beat, and we just kind of banged it out like away from everybody. And then we show Michael what we were working on, and he'd go, yay, he'd tell us what he liked about it and if we were on the right track. And I think it took like 2 or 3 sessions of Phil and I working together without everybody else to come up with that. And and that has that cool effects, that stab of on that chord, the downbeat chord, which was, I think, key. That was like kind of that part that I knew I was trying to get that to work from the beginning, like how to get that like sound, punch it off. And it just took us a few days, and we worked it out. and it happened.
Yeah.
I know it's like a famous freaking thing.
I
Proud of
think
it.
when I listen to that song, it's like you have to tame the beast. Like you have to stay on top of it. It's like a train that's moving, and if you don't stay
Yes.
on top of the train, then it's gonna just, you know, become a mess. But if you stay on top of the train, it's the most powerful feeling song that I've ever heard. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's
I remember
That's
the
one of
first time I
Michael's
heard
always big instructions to us is do not slow down. He always kind of wants us ahead of it, like kind of ahead of the beat, like push, always be pushing, always be like slightly ahead of the beat. And the moment you relax, he can feel it and he will get really upset.
Raise his hand up in the air like, "Come on."
Yeah, he'll yell at me like completely on stage just for even if he just thinks I'm relaxing. Sometimes I am, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes it's just like it's whatever. But he gets really if he senses things are if that train is not just like if he doesn't feel that torque behind everything, then he loses his interest and he gets upset. And sometimes it's my fault, sometimes it's not.
You can sense the cortisol in the air.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask like 3 real fast questions that are kind of related to each other, and they're a little bit just more simple and personal. Did you have anything else, Obedient Bread?
Oh, nope. I think that's everything. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So, what is your favorite kind of sandwich?
Bacon, egg, and cheese, New York style. I don't know if you have that there. Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, we got that. What do you mean by New York style? Is it just like
on a Kaiser? We call it bacon. It's like on a roll, what we call a roll, but it's a Kaiser roll.
Got it. Okay.
It's just like a standard New York breakfast item. You know, you wrap it in foil, and you can eat. It's just like, what do you get your bacon, egg, and cheese? What bread is it on?
Usually like a croissant. You know.
Yeah, that's we use the Kaiser roll, and it's you can get croissant ones, but that's like it's not doing it right. It's still good. It's good on the croissant, but bacon, egg, and cheese. I eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Gotta try that out. What's your favorite cocktail or drink?
I mean, my favorite drink is coffee.
Coffee.
But cocktail, I bartended for a long time and made a lot of cocktails. But I would say favorite cocktail is like, I don't know what you call it, but I like fresh lime juice, mashed up raspberries. Maybe you can throw some basil in there, a little bit of simple syrup, gin, and splash of soda.
Sounds like something that I would love. Yeah.
I call them raspberry gin Ricky.
Raspberry gin Ricky. Okay. Yeah. I'll order that at the Swans concert.
They won't. I'll have my own bar set up in the tour bus, so you come meet me. I'll make you some drinks out back.
Awesome. Yeah, my cousin, he's like 40 or something, and he's going to the show with me, and that was his question. So
nice.
All right, next one we got. Sorry, I didn't say who asked those questions. So the sandwich one was from Hello Hello Hi. The cocktail was from my cousin, and then next question is going to be from Lucas. What is your favorite natural disaster?
You know, I guess by saying natural disaster, you're saying like not a man-made disaster, even though like man-made disasters technically should be considered natural.
Oh, for sure. Let's hear both of them.
I love a sewer main break, like when the sewer main breaks and like all the poop and the shit and the piss comes up into everyone's like. I guess that's not probably what you're talking about. I would say my favorite is the microburst that blows everything down. Yeah, you know, microbursts.
No. What is
It's like
that?
it's like when there's like all of a sudden just like a giant blast of wind that comes out of nowhere and lasts for just like a few seconds, and it knocks a bunch of trees down. It could blow your windows out.
That actually happened like 2 weeks ago in Michigan, and it was like almost like a sandstorm. Like sand was whipping me in the face, and there's no sand in Michigan except for like all the way up north.
You got a microblast.
Yeah, I did not know that was that. Yeah, that
It's
was
like it's a similar thing called in Canada, in Calgary, called the Canuck. Any Canadians out there? It's not a disaster. It's like the opposite of a disaster. It's like in the dead of winter, the Canuck will blow through, and it'll be like 60 degrees for like a day in the dead of winter, because the desert traps all the heat behind the mountains to the point where the heat eventually rises above the mountain, and then it spills over the other side of the mountain and blows up north, and rides through Canada, and it gives you these really nice temperate days in the middle, and then the next day it'd be like negative, below zero the next day. Back to normal.
I find that those natural disasters, like, if as long as you don't get affected by them and people don't get hurt by them, it's just like an interesting day. It's unique. It's cool.
Yeah, I guess tornadoes are pretty cool because of the Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, no. When I was in preschool, we made this like whole poster board, and I put like my favorite thing on it, and it was a tornado. I don't know. When I was like 6, they're just badass.
I guess asteroid impact is a pretty cool natural disaster. Like the coolest of them all.
Yeah.
The giant 10-mile wide asteroid. Like, give us a planetoid.
Yeah.
Slam us into us.
Just take us
Turn
away
the whole
right
Earth
now.
into the whole Earth is lava. No longer is just the floor lava. The whole Earth is lava.
Yeah. I think it'd be a perfect time for us to be taken away right now, so that's fine with me. All right. I want to get back to a couple more people. Let me just ask a couple more quick ones. What do you think of Chat Pile? Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, I saw them play once. I haven't checked that. I've been meaning to go listen to. I've never heard their recording, any of their recordings, but I saw them play, and I was underwhelmed at the live show. But I think it was pretty early days for them, and it was definitely like cool. It was noisy and it was cool. It was something. But I've been noticing that they haven't gone away and they're still out there. So I've been meaning to check out. Have you been listening to them?
Someone else asked that, but I did hear a couple of their songs recently. I thought it was really interesting because they're like not Swans like, because there's nothing like Swans really, but similar vibes and very political. Like very much talking about directly, like in the songs, you can hear exactly what they're talking about. So
yeah, see, that would be interesting because when I saw I was curious because when I saw them play, you could the vote. There was no like it wasn't like lyrics. It was just like vocal sounds and like, or if there was lyrics, you couldn't make it out under all the noise they were making in the band. But I thought it was, they definitely had swagger, and I was interested in them personally. What they were doing, but yeah, and they're on the list for me to check out. And when they say chat, are they referring to like the Gen Z the way they use it?
Honestly, I have no idea. I like barely know about the band myself, so like, yeah.
They look older than Gen Z.
Yeah, I'm millennial, yeah.
They look like they're millennials.
Oh, them?
To me,
yeah.
I saw them doing interviews. I guess it was the singer who was. He looks not much younger than me, which I don't remember. I don't know who's who in the band, but they looked really young when I saw them, and then when I saw them in Pitchfork, they looked older. So
people are saying in the chat that
I'm assuming they're talking about like chat as in people.
I think they're referring to piles of industrial/mining refuse.
Okay. They're not like talking about like the people in the group chat.
I mean, that's what I would have thought. To be honest.
That's how I took it. But yeah, there is another kind of chat too.
Let's see. So people have been really curious about like just what do you think about the no wave era of Swans, like from like Filth to like early Children of God stuff?
Yeah, I think it's like the best and some of the best and some of the worst of Swans in a way. I am not a like huge like no wave. Yeah, it wasn't a huge influence on me at the time, but looking back on it, like there's always like something, definitely like things about it that I've dug and been into, but it's more like aspects, not really like anything in particular. And I remember when I first heard I don't know what record it was. It must have been like Filth or something like that when I was 16, and I was just like not having it. I was like, this is the opposite of anything I want to hear at all.
So you like greed more kind of stuff?
When I started, as I got older and as I was more in my 20s, and like everybody I knew in music was like somewhere was into something about Swans, and and I think greed was like the one, like the rhythm section got me. I could hear like that's the cool. I was just never really that into the minimal noise and the grating sound, like that grating sound like is not attractive to me. I like things that are big and giant sounding.
Yeah,
I found that, and it's partly due to the time it was recorded, how they recorded it, and why they recorded it, all of that stuff. It was not. I like things more, even if they're lo-fi, just to be big, like gigantic,
grandiose.
Sounding. And it was such a like that sound is such a like broken speaker sound. That I don't want, like, what I don't want to do when I hear it is like, even to this day, is like turn it up really loud. Like that's part of one of the things I like, really loud music. But when I like giant speakers, and I like to turn things up really loud. When you turn up Filth really loud, even Greed, all those early stuff, it's like it's almost unbearable.
It's
kind of, I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But,
like when you play like live rope on a speakers in the house, like it's the best experience ever. But it has that fidelity to be able to do so.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Honestly, I could probably just like run through the rest of the questions that people want or wanted me to ask, and then we could just like end it off with people just asking their questions and stuff. Let's see, because then I can kind of like look at the ones that cross over a little bit, and if you've already answered it or whatever. Just a more specific one. Could you briefly describe like what Mother of the World feels to you? Not just playing it, but like just what it feels like emotionally, or how it feels to you personally.
Oh, I guess that particular song, well, we never played it live, right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so. It was the only time I ever played it was when we recorded it. But like, so I don't really remember much about. I haven't listened to that in a long time. It's on? What record is it on?
That's on the Seer.
Yeah, that was a long. I don't even remember. I don't remember how it goes. I can vaguely pull it up in my memory, but the last time I heard that song or listened to the Seer in its entirety was back then when it came out.
It kind of goes like Dino, Nino, 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 and then randomly he goes like in and out.
I know. Yeah. As soon as you, because our way of remembering it was through going Norman. Norman was like, "How does that song go?" It goes like this: Norman.
I love that.
I think we did actually play that. We did wind up playing that live. I think a little bit. I don't know if it wound up on any live records, and we did play that song. That song was always frustrating to me. It was one of those songs also that Michael was never satisfied with how it sounded. And I remember that it's like, we had gotten places with it. It was just really hard to control that song, and It was way more complicated. I remember the riff was the beat was originally in fives. It was in a 5/4, and it had a. Michael always like gets bummed out when like we do tricky stuff like that. It was but I think it was like his idea somehow, and like he didn't realize it was in 5, and then it just got reduced to the 1 2 1. It's not even. I would say that song's in 2, not even in 4. It's 1 2 1 2 1 1
Do you
2.
enjoy playing stuff out of key? I mean, not out of key, out of time signature, like 5/4.
Yeah, I do. I'm not great. I'm not a great at odd time signatures, but I do enjoy playing like when something works like weirdly. That song was just so demanding on the hands to make it like really punch out and to make it really big. I always had a hard time with that. It's just not much space in that riff. I think what he wanted was it just to be this giant, like he wanted it to be so massive, and it's like, well, there's just limitations to how massive you can make it when it's just like.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what the mixing goes like for some of that stuff.
He kills himself mixing that stuff. It's like a nightmare. I don't want to be anywhere in the room when that's going on.
Yeah.
I have been in the room when that's going on, and it's not fun. Not fun.
What was your like favorite? You kind of already answered this earlier, I think, with "To Be Kind" and like "The Glowing Man," but like your favorite Swans album to work on, and then also your least favorite.
So what my favorite album to work on, and what was my least favorite to work on?
Yeah.
I think "To Be Kind" was like the sweet spot of like everybody on board in a beautiful place, great crew, great team, great everything. I think that was, I guess it's obvious of how that record came out. I think like "Glowing Man's" close behind, but it's also been super great recording in Berlin with Beggar and Birthing. Birthing was a little more cramped than we recorded Beggar at Ingo's studio, and we used a different studio for Birthing, which wasn't as comfortable as Ingo's studio at Candy Bomber. But it's kind of one of the big things is the studio itself was going to make it great, and there's nothing. The Sonic Ranch in Texas is. You ever can record in that studio, it's like the best. It's so much fun.
So you think that was like one of your favorite ones?
Yeah, I think part of it just has to do with, I guess it's because it was all of the above. It's the studio, the time, who we like, what was going on then, how we were doing. Everything was just going so good then, and the studio was so great. There was no pandemics, no Trumps. We were young. We still had a modicum of youth left.
Yeah.
Now we're just old. Now we're old. And it's it's not about fun anymore. But the least fun, I don't know. It's I guess that like Birthing was not the most fun. Definitely, it wasn't about that. We weren't. It was much shorter. We didn't really take that much studio time, and the studio itself was not was irrelevant at that. For the Seer was also it was similar vibe. Because in the Seer we recorded so many different places. Okay, that actually is the true answer. In the Seer we recorded some songs at Neubauten studio rehearsal space. It is kind of a recording studio too, in Berlin, and it was just it just nothing worked. It was a terrible room. Like I don't know what that room that they use is acoustically it's really weird. It was very hard to make a sound in there. I think we didn't. I think we used maybe one piece of a song from that session the Seer was recorded in 3 different places, and most of what's on the record was what we did in a New Paltz, upstate New York, at the engineer studio, Kevin McMahon. We were supposed to have the whole thing done from Berlin. We would use 2 studios there, and that Neubauten studio is the worst place I've ever tried to record.
Now, like, I feel like that kind of shows itself a little bit, like, because to Be Kind and The Glowing Man to me just feels so contiguous. It feels like, especially The Glowing Man, it just feels like the whole thing was made with a purpose, right? And with Seer, I would say that there's like 2 different songs that you can hear on that album. You know, obviously there's different structures, different albums. I mean, different songs on the album, but like for me, now that you say that, it almost kind of makes it a little bit more obvious why some of the songs sound a little different. Not worse or anything, just 2 separate things. So
yeah, there's 3 ultimately, all 4, even one like Song for a Warrior.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah, that was recorded in piece. That was recorded not live, piecemeal, and separate of all of everything else. That was recorded in just in pieces, and and then there was the 3 other studios that material wound up on the record. It was a tough one. We had thrown out a lot of stuff we had to re-record because it just didn't come out right in Berlin. And came out, like, one of those things was a Piece of the Sky. Like, there was multiple versions of that just when I was getting asked about it, that it was like that we just like almost gave up. It was like we had to redo it all, and that was it. It took like actually just getting writing down note for note how to do it for the second, or third time we'd attempted it. Yes, you're right. The Texas studio, having not only were we recording there, we had like 2 weeks of rehearsal time living on the ranch in one of the ranch houses, where we just every morning wake up and go into the living room with all our gear set up, and we just bang away at it just to make sure we had everything in position for when we started tracking. It was just the best recording situation possible for Swans.
It probably just changes the feeling of when you're going into each session. Just I didn't really think about that. Just where you record and what you're doing before just completely changes the vibes.
Yeah, because like everything we do is designed for stage, not necessarily recording. There's all that stuff. I guess there's always a few tracks on each record that were like that are studio songs, like not meant for live, just meant for the studio, that we also have to work out. And in that time that we always have a time before recording, even if we have, except we didn't do that on Birthing. We just went right into the studio didn't like rework anything for how it's going to be on record, which we have done in the past.
Got it. I'm gonna get back to a couple of people asking questions just because I don't want to step over if they like said that I should ask it. So I'm gonna bring in Grycan because you've been trying to get in here for a while. Let's see if it works for you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Okay, so my first question would be, I don't know, I don't remember if this was asked earlier, but what is your favorite bass line that you made?
That I made? I gotta say the Glowing Man riff at the end. That's my favorite. That's
Fire answer. My favorite would probably be She Loves Us, but The Glowing Man is very close.
Sweet.
I learned the She Loves Us recently. I learned that on the bass.
On bass?
Yeah.
You're a bass man?
I do everything. I do production and stuff, so I actually recreated She Loves Us. It's fun.
Oh, you did it as like a project? You like did the whole song?
Yeah, actually, so sorry, I'm not trying to step over Grycan. It's just that you mentioned that. So there was two people getting married, our long-term like family friends, and I'm like, I always try to make a song for people as like a gift, and it was their wedding, so I, during the parts where it was like hallelujah, I would go like honeymoon, and I'd be like, marriage and love, it brings us together. And then after that, I like learned the whole She Loves Us riff. And like after I learned that, I'm like, holy crap, this actually sounds like a song. This is cool. So maybe one day I'll show it to you if you want to listen. But go ahead, Grakan. Sorry.
My second question would be, if you could play in any band in the world that's not Swans, what band would it be?
Ooh.
And that's not Shushu.
Yeah, you mean like that still exists, that still exists, right? I would.
I
Love
mean,
to be
like, I'd
would
say
have
it
loved
could
to
be
play.
any band in history, but yeah.
I would go for like Can.
Can?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to play in Can.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've been meaning to get into Can.
And I also, but on the other hand, I would love to play in front of like giant stadium stuff, and not like I think like my bass playing and my style, even though I'm not a huge fan of the band, I think I would just like be fun to play in Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah,
I love Nine Inch Nails personally. You'd fit great, I think.
Yeah, I find that in music a lot too, is like it's not necessarily playing in a band isn't necessarily about like playing what you like or like the stuff you like, but like playing certain style, like actually playing it is different than listening to it. And like as much as I'm only gonna sit around listening to much Nine Inch Nails, I think it'd be really fun to play.
Yeah, I imagine that like some of the
I'm
most.
not a big sports fan, but I like to play sports.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch. I wouldn't want to watch them, but doing it is much more fun. I would love to be in a metal band too, and be like a really loud metal bass player, where I get to like try to compete with the guitar, like where I can beat out the guitars, even though that's hardly ever the case in metal.
Yeah, that's probably all I wanted to ask. I mean, the chat pile question was also mine, but you already answered that before. I asked it because like chat pile is probably the only other band that scratches like the same itch as Swans, especially like the early Swans albums, the no wave era. I mean, like maybe it's not really that similar in music, but the feelings I get from it are pretty similar.
I see that.
Yeah, so
check out their recordings.
That's all.
Have you ever seen them play?
No. Live, not yet.
Yeah.
I think I need to see them, but not yet. I mean, I haven't been to many concerts. Pretty much, my first concert ever was like this year, and like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. So
wow.
Oh,
like a
dang.
real concert. It was Weather Day. Do you know them?
What was that?
Weather Day?
Yeah, Weather Day.
Weather Day.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a good, very good like emo noise pop slacker rock artist. Yeah, and like I think that's all. I'd say I'll see you in Warsaw this year also.
Okay, buddy. Dziękuję.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Polish too, so I've always said dziękuję. Yeah. All right. Let's do This Is Mine.
Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you hear us?
Yeah, but I can hear you.
Nice.
Sorry. So Christopher, I would like to ask you, what's your favorite Swan side project? So like as in like Drainland, Sacrificial Cake, or you know.
Body Lovers, probably.
Oh, that's a nice choice, actually.
Yeah.
Is there anything you
Remember
like
what-
about the Body Lovers?
You know, it's like kind of. I remember when he was doing it. That was like right around when I met him.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I like the I like instrument, like how it's done. I like the technique, and I like that it's not about lyrics. I'm not a lyrics person. I know Michael is like all about his. You know, he thinks it's, as far as Michael's concerned, the lyrics are the most important part.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I'm always like it's the least inside my heart. It's the absolute least important part.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I gravitate to music without too much emphasis on words.
When you get to a point with your songs that like you've listened to a song over and over and over, do you tend to look at the lyric sheet at that point, or do you just kind of like move on to something else?
Oh, you mean like when I'm listening to like music that I'm like actual music,
Like
not
stuff
my
that
music.
you love, yeah?
Yeah, no, no. I never look at I always feel like it ruins it. Like even if I'm mistaking I don't really want. I have no desire to ever. If I don't understand it off the bat, I have no desire to like understand it.
I think it
just
really makes it like more abstract when you don't know it. So
Yeah, I like
sometimes, yeah.
I like the voice as an instrument. Like the lyrics can certainly help, but I just find that or make they can add to the power of something. It's just so hard to string a few words together that have as much power as a drum beat and a bass line. But it's just the human voice as an instrument is really integral to music to me. I prefer music with vocals, but not because of the lyrics, because of the way
it's used. Yeah.
Our voices sound. I love the way the human voice sounds as an instrument. I love the way the human voice sounds as like a character. When you're like, that's usually the first thing I'm looking for is, does this sound like someone that I'm interested, like not what they're saying, but how their voice sounds and how they're applying their voice, like the way an actor would use their voice and sound like a natural human being that doesn't sound like somebody is reading from like a robot. When the character is attractive to me, then I'm attracted to that voice. But like almost always, like the more you're saying, the less I'm interested. The more you say, the more you're killing the mystery of everything for me.
Yeah, that's
like
completely true.
Iggy Pop's quote of like, the simpler it is, the less you can be wrong. No fun, my babe, no fun is one of the greatest lyrics, because you just can't be wrong with lyrics like that. It's just so simple.
Yeah.
And it's the hardest thing to do, is just make it simple and interesting. That's the same thing in music and with the instrumentation. It's hard to be simple and interesting.
Yeah. And for my final question, I'd like to know what would be your favorite Swan song from pre-hiatus, so like the no wave to like early experimental.
I think I always liked. There's a few, I don't even remember what I know there's a couple I can't even remember what the damn titles are. But I can't think of the lyrics. But Coward, I think Coward kind of.
Oh yeah, Coward.
Yeah. That I liked about early Swans. I thought it was really smart that that's a song that we used to play live.
That's like the heaviest live song I've ever heard. Ever.
Yeah, it's so intense.
Yeah. It is. Campers. Yeah. It's intense.
Yeah, well, thank you for the opportunity. And see you later.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. See you.
Thanks, man. All right, up next, we're going to do Slim and Jimin. Let's see if it works this time.
Come on, Slimmin'.
Let's hear it.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey.
Okay, cool. It must have been something weird with my mic. So yeah, my question is, I only got one. It says, it's when performing a song live and see it develop it into another song. So like, you know, bring the sun into the glowing man. Do you view it as a separate entity, or is it just a different incarnation of the previous song?
Now, restate that again.
All right. So when you're playing one song, like for example, as I said, the uh, bring the sun. And how that transformed into the glowing man. Do you personally view that as two separate songs, like two completely different songs, or are they just different incarnations? Like, are they both different? Are they both the same song to you, but just like different
Yeah, I get
version
your
of that
question
song?
now. I would say it kind of depends on the pieces because there have been usually it's like one piece to me, but often things are getting edited together that were not together before, or like on the record, completely different than how we played it live. Or I think "Bring the Sun." That was all. There was that. I guess what happened. Yeah, there was a string of all those tours where we would have like these improv pieces. It was all based off of how we were covering. We were doing a version of "I Crawled," and Michael wanted to do like an intro, like an improv intro to it, and that improv intro ultimately became the song, the Seer. Like we got rid of the "I Crawled" part, and then so it's a bunch of stuff came from that like improv piece that like it morphed into so many different things. That actually, it's that every Swans record has kind of had one of like something that's been based off of that. That's still like we're still doing that thing, just different ways and calling it different stuff. So it's really hard to think of it all as separate or one. But usually I see it like if we're playing it live together, like all together, I always see it as one piece, like whether it has a slash or not, or if it was from something old or something new and we're jamming things together. Once we get it on stage and we're playing it that way, I see it as one piece. The only exception is when when different things are getting edited together after the fact on recording, and then I naturally see them as two separate ideas that are just being jammed together. The listener would never know that much because they weren't involved. I see Luffy D on the comments. What are you doing here?
You like One Piece?
Cheers for the.
I like Luffy. Luffy's pretty funny.
Hell yeah.
I like the live version better than the animated.
Cheers for the answer, and I look
Hey, buddy.
forward to seeing you in London or going to all three shows. So
Yeah, I'll see you in London.
see you. Enjoy the rest of your day and stuff.
Too.
All right. Let's try Big Mike. I think Big Mike, I asked your question earlier just because you weren't here, but that was the one question I asked, other than the other guy. Let's just see if that works. I think we have about maybe 10 or less questions, and I think some of them are still kind of like they've already been asked in a certain way. And then I think we have about like 8 people left that want to speak. So, all right. Let's try Ketchin.
Does my headphones microphone work?
Yep.
All right. So last year I saw you guys at the Gothic Theater in Denver. It was a great show, and I was sitting up in the balcony, and I got a top-down view of everything going down. That was really cool. And I saw that unlike some of your bandmates, you were smart, so I had to wear earplugs. So I was wondering what earplugs you were using.
I just use the foamies that are just the most dampening. I use I think they're like 36 or 37 dB cut. Like
Okay.
My goal is to hear the least amount possible on stage. There's nothing you can do to not hear it. You're going to hear it. Actually, also wearing those dense earplugs block out a lot of the noise that you can actually, I can hear things pretty good from across the stage, much more than I can like without earplugs. But I
Okay, yeah.
mainly I don't like to, I'm not one of those, I want to hear everybody and everything everybody's doing. I find it ultimately distracting. What I really want to hear is just myself and the drums and you know, I can hear everything else enough to know. What I certainly don't want to hear is Christoph louder.
Yeah, he really overpowered everything in live rope. I was noticing.
Yeah, it's like a knife to the ear. That is a sharp sounds he's making.
Yeah. All right. That's all.
All right.
All right, up
Bye.
next.
Earplugs, and I recommend if you go to the Swan show, bring earplugs. If you don't wear them the whole time, at least wear them some of the time.
I don't know if do you know the Etymotic ones or whatever on Amazon? They're like $30, $20 or whatever. They're like the ones that have like the little hole in it, so it kind of lets more stuff in.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what I'm trying to do.
You're saying like max dB reduction.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
gum. I want just like I would like airport headphones over my, you know, the total like what you shoot guns with is what I want. Because you know, when you're doing, it's like going to one show is I maybe like yeah, I don't mind wearing the light earplugs, but I find them never to work great. Those filtered earplugs that are supposed to help like get a balance, just like turn the volume down.
Yeah.
Even I don't think they ever really work that great. I've always used foamies, and that's what, and I've tried several other expensive ones. I guess probably the best ones is the really expensive molded ones where you have to go to the doctor to get molds of your ears,
Custom
and then
shape. Yeah.
custom earplugs, and then you can put the different filters in they have a hole that you can replace the filter with what it. I've not had success with the things that are like those, so I never invested in the. One of my tricks also is I wear earplugs before, like about a half hour before the show. So I get used to what everything sounds like, the whole world sounds like in the earplugs.
Next up, we've got Snabbles.
Snabbles. Snabbles.
Let's see if he joins in.
I have the mystical tinnitus from not wearing earplugs.
Oh yeah.
Spiritual tinnitus.
Does it help you?
I can hear it right now.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It sucks. You don't want tinnitus because, you know, tinnitus is a neurological disorder. It's not physiological.
Really?
That means that if you ever go completely deaf, you're stuck with the ringing.
That's crazy. I did not know that. I'm a coder, so I deal with a lot of chronic pains and stuff, and I've found that there are some things that are pains that are actually completely neurological, you know? So you definitely want to avoid that stuff. 100%.
You mean like wrist pains? What kind of pains?
Like, yeah, like back pain, wrist pain. Like I do a lot of heavy lifting and stuff too. So like, you know, I'll do a workout and then I'll go sit down at the chair, and it's like I can't even sit in my chair. It's a miracle that I've been able to sit this whole time.
I don't think those are I don't think those are neurological though. That's your body. That's nerve. That's nerve.
100%. Yeah, it's just like sometimes, like if you're in a shitty mood, you're more in pain. You know.
Yeah.
I do all the physical therapy though.
I blew my back out and had to have the back surgery.
Oh yeah.
Nothing worse than when back pain just won't go away.
100%.
The mood is like yeah, it could easily opt out of life if that didn't get fixed.
That's what I meant at the start when I was talking like about being tense in the car and like listening to music. Like it doesn't, you can't listen to anything. It just hurts. Life sucks, you know? So totally get it. It looks like Snabbles is having trouble, so let's try out RT. Yeah, if you guys are on mobile, by the way, it's just not going to work. So if you are planning on joining, just try to switch over to a PC, or if not, I can just ask your question. It's no problem. All right, let's try out try birch. I'm allergic to birch trees.
Why? Really? Like
Yeah.
the bark?
I forgot I had push to talk.
Yep.
My bad. I assume it's working. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Birch.
First off, just thank you for this opportunity to the server and your efforts to, at least in my opinion, some of the best records to ever be made. Now, anyway, on various like Swans albums and pressings, there seems to be a fairly vague like credit appearing a lot. Like, for instance, Leaving Meaning, in which you're credited for the bass, of course, but also just sounds. So are there's like just various like things and snippets, incidental recordings, or someone else?
All my contributions to Leaving Meaning were with the bass, but I think I probably did like super affected like sound, like non-traditional bass playing. I think I did so he guess because there was already bass, like actual bass lines happening that I was playing with. He credited as just sounds that I added. I did use exclusively my bass guitar though, and with effects on Leaving Meaning, and yeah, I've otherwise like on other records have added things like with samples and synths and various other like weird, just any kind of sound that I could make because I'm good at just like making weird sounds out of materials and things. So instead of, I know I think on you fucking people make me sick. I had played like 100 track. I have this way of making out of a drinking straw a reed instrument with like holes with like actual. And I was just showing him how to do it. How to do it in the studio, and he wanted me to play, and I played, and I did like 100 tracks of me going just blasting that straw.
That.
That's like all that sound. That sounds like dying geese. And yeah, I didn't get like credited for playing the straw.
Oh, probably the best straw player in the world, though, huh? 100 takes.
Can you name any others? And my second one was kind of already asked by proxy, so instead, right when this thing ends, the whole Q&A, I will be checking out both We O albums. Now, is there anything I should know going in, or are there any tidbits you want to like bring up about them?
Well, I think they're both, they're different from each other. I definitely was a little more thoughtful with the second one, Major Inconvenience, and spreading my wings a little bit. The first one was like total experiment just to see that I could do it, and I didn't. And it's more, I don't think they. I don't know how well they. I don't know if they're like complementary to each other. I think they're like they're different from each other. Maybe mistaken, but I don't know how to judge myself or my work. But I think just go ahead. I don't think it matters which way you listen to it, which one first. I think they both have interesting qualities. Thank you for. I appreciate you giving your attention to it.
I guess noted. I'm in Australia. I've gotten practically no Swan shows ahead of me. If they're announced, I'm probably picking up a ticket the moment of. But so yeah, once again, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. We have 4 speakers left. One of them wasn't able to do it. Let's try Chip Landy. Oh, now we've got 5. Oh, there we go. All right, Chip Landy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Ah.
Hi, Chris. How you doing? My name's Chris as well. It's gonna be a bit confusing.
Me too.
Oh, nice one, free Chrissies. I'm from Glasgow here. I just wanted to ask some musician advice from you. I'm in a band myself. I play bass, stuff like that. What would you say is the best way to go about music? Would you want to rather follow what you need to do or what you want to do? What's more rewarding, would you say? If you get what I mean.
I would say follow. I mean, my feeling always is follow what you can do, what's available. I mean, if you're forging your own path completely, yeah, I would go for what you want. Yeah, I've always found that the stuff I want in music has very little relation to like anything I like otherwise. Like what I want to, like I said, I was saying it before. Like what I play when I'm making music, it's almost unrelated to anything I like to hear or like from other bands. I guess specifically because I'm just not that good at music, but I couldn't like actually do what I like. I just trust
Fair.
I just trust my heart. When I the thing I'm always looking for when I'm making music is like that it sounds true.
Yeah.
Like there's something like I can tell when I'm doing something that it doesn't sound like it's almost it's not that it sounds like something or reminds me of something that already exists, but it sounds like it's coming. I think when you're doing something that you want, it sounds like it's coming from a real place. So it gives it a truth. I think the most important thing is truth, like that, or even if you're lying, that it sounds like it's true. Even if you're totally faking it, that it just gives the illusion that it is true, and it's very hard to do that. Usually, what you have to do is actually be honest and true.
Yeah.
When you say being true, do you mean that you feel that there's no doubts on it when you're making it?
No, it's kind of like it's a totally subjective thing. It's like to my own standards. It's kind of like what I was saying about when I hear a vocalist and they're like when someone is singing, they're giving you a character to admire or to at least analyze.
Yeah.
And if it just sounds like you're putting on a voice and you're making up a voice like that doesn't sound like it's your actual voice, and I'm immediately knocked out. And it's kind of the same with music. It's that it's not it in a way it's kind of like because the truth has to do with it sounds like something that's been established, like some kind of music that's been established, and I'm doing music that reminds me of that, therefore it sounds true. Is sort of, it's not exactly like that, but that kind of has something to do with it. When I hear myself make some kind of music and it puts me in the mind of anything that I have huge respect for, even if it's not direct, it
Yeah.
gives it a modicum of truth to me. All the other stuff, it's just about, I think more of it is about convincing. It's about like I'm convinced when I hear this that it's legitimate. Like legitimacy, convincing, and truth are important words to me when it comes to music. And when it just when you hear someone acting, it just sounds like you can tell that they're not true.
Not
They're not.
into it. Yeah.
And even though they're lying because they're making it, it's a make believe thing. It's inherent that they're lying, but you believe it anyway. As it seems like the truth. That's what like all music. Any music is a lie because it's like it's recorded. It's all these other tricks, all kinds of fakery things going on.
Yeah, the splicing and recording and stuff like that,
Then
and things
to
that happen
somehow
like that.
make it sound like it's true.
Yeah.
And probably to follow what you want is one of the greatest ways to sound like you're being authentic and legitimate and convincing, all those things.
Brilliant. Thanks for the answer. That was great. I just have one small question. This is like basically a yes or no answer. Were you in Flux Information Sciences?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's brilliant. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for talking to me. Thank you.
All right.
I'm heading to Leeds in November, so I might see you there. It's my birthday, the 7th. I think it's the Project House, I think it's called.
7th of
November.
November. Great.
So maybe I'll see you there. But anyway, have a good one.
See
Thanks.
you on your birthday.
See you, man. Bye bye.
Okay. Up next we've got Zach. And I'm just gonna probably just keep it at whatever we've got in this list left, and then I'll try to wrap up a few more of the questions that people want me to ask. And then after that, I think we'll be all set.
Am I being heard?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Hello. So I know that like for post-reunion albums like The Seer and To Be Kind, songs were kind of developed like through improvisations over the course of live tours, right?
Uh-huh.
So considering the fact that Leaving Meaning didn't really have like a Swans tour like leading up to it, so like you couldn't really go through that process. What exactly was the songwriting process for that album like? Like, were there any parts that were like significantly easier or like more difficult? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, so Leaving Meaning kind of stands apart from the rest of the albums because when we had completed Glowing Man, Michael was doing something like he's doing now. He was kind of expanding that era, the trilogy era of Swans. He was moving Swans into a new direction, which meant all new players. My contribution to Leaving Meaning was very minimal. I had nothing to do with the core recordings and the song and any of the arrangements or songwriting. He had a different band. He had Larry Mullins on drums and I forget the bass player's name, but it was a German guy, and he basically, and he had Christoph, and he put together a different band. Everyone else just added overdubs. I was just adding overdubs to that record, and that record is 100% written, by Michael beforehand. Like, wasn't a developed on stage, nothing. It was just that was basically a Michael record without much band input. I know that the guys, the band he was using there in Berlin, they all contributed things, but less so than during the trilogy, because there was so much more improv and developing on stage. That was written by Michael and performed only in the studio album. So it's different in all kinds of ways to me. I know a lot of people, it's like the sleeper favorite of a lot of people, and I could totally see why, because it's because of all those reasons makes it stand out. I think The Beggar was kind of like what ultimately happened was, and then the pandemic ruined the tour that would have followed. But Michael asked me to be on that tour, Leaving Meaning, which I was very surprised. I thought I was out of the band forever, and super excited to do that, although it never happened. But I remember also thinking like, oh, but then it's like it's basically the band that it was. We are with me in it and Phil on drums is kind of like the band that we were already, like that he said was not going to exist anymore. So I was both excited and like, I also thought against my own interest that he should have just put together like a whole completely different band. But I would any day I would show up to go on tour with Swans.
Okay, that's interesting. I imagined that the songwriting process for Leaving Meaning probably was like extremely different, but I never like imagined that so much of it was just Michael.
Yeah.
And you
The ones-
mentioned it being a sleeper favorite among a lot of people. And I will say I do think it is definitely an extremely underrated Swans album. Uh, Very beautiful, like open airy orchestration. Very big fan of that album.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I wanted to ask, just like a small like side question, what is your favorite kind of pizza? Because in my opinion, I like a very good pizza margarita with some pepper flakes.
Yeah, that's exactly what my favorite is. I mean, like if I'm going European,
My
like
man.
personal like style, it's just more. I don't like stuff on my pizza. I don't like a bunch of stuff on it. I just like the basil, the tomato, little cheap, regular margarita. Only thing one of the things I like is arugula. I'll take some arugula on it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yeah, I don't like stuff on my pizza. I'm also a New Yorker, so I prefer. I prefer. That's it. I see a good margarita there.
That looks really good.
I prefer New York pizza over European pizza. The slice and the way we, the
cheesy.
greasy thing, and it's the part, the trick of the New York pizza is that it's double cooked. Cook the pie, then when you go buy the slice, they throw the slice in again. It gets cooked again. It gets double cooked. Like I don't want that slice that was just cooked once. I want the slice that was. I'll buy like a pizza's worth of slices. I want them individually thrown back in the oven, and then you can reassemble them as a pie in the box. I hate buying a New York pizza just like the whole pie. That's gross to me. But like the slice, it's all about the slice.
Oh yeah, I fully agree. Very good pizza opinions. That's all I had. It is, thanks for the opportunity, and I will be seeing you guys in Tucson. Thank you.
All right, so I know one. That means I know one person in Tucson.
I mean, I'm surprised there are enough Swans fans in Tucson for there to be a show in Tucson, but I'll take it.
Yep. All right, buddy.
All right. Goodbye.
You there?
All right, we're gonna try Snabbles again. Let's see if it works. Hey, Snabbles, you're muted. Oh,
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello. Hey, Chris. Hey, Sean. It's very late for me, so apologies if I'm not super coherent. I just have a couple questions for you, Chris. What track? I have this written down. What track in both studio and live environments did you find the most intuitive to put together from start to finish? And if there isn't a single answer, what would be some standard?
Yeah. That is a hard one to answer. Is I don't think anything has ever come together just right away, like fully formed. Maybe a few, and I can't think of anything offhand. There's got to be something in. But it is. I mean, almost everything that we've done has been with so much consternation and like effort and determination. Like certainly, like I don't think anything has come together like first iteration. Like that's it. Everything from I guess the one thing that stands out is different. The stuff that I've worked on is the first record I did with Swans, my father.
All right.
Because those were like songs. Those were that we never played. And we recorded a song a day that we never rehearsed or anything. We just day would be the rehearsal, and at night would be the tracking. Like we'd get it tracked by the end of the day, end of the night.
Right.
And
I'm not
almost
too familiar
everything
with
that was like so written already that it was like all that stuff just kind of came, and there was
Just
no
clicked into
real
place.
pressure of anything. It had to sound like anything, or nothing. There was nothing we'd like set up, any dynamics we'd set up as a band within ourselves. But that was probably the easiest, even though I don't know. I think everything came with difficulty and stress, and nothing came easy and preformed.
Yeah. Awesome. I just have one more question for you. In the Hanging Man in the live robe version, as Michael sort of introduces the band towards the end, it's like my father, Christopher Pravdica. What was Can you give any insight into like how these come to be, and if you have a favorite?
I cannot even remember them all, but that one certainly stood out. Like I remember that was a kind of like a heavy moment, like where he was. Feel like I guess Michael has. We've known each other long before we were was in the band with him, and
Mm.
we've always had that fun, like he's always been like an uncle to me,
Right.
and being 20 years my elder, and since I joined the band, ever since I started playing with him, he like kind of relies on me for like strength and stability and on stage, you know, and he gets upset with me when I'm not providing that, and I feel that, you know, and I'm happy, and I just feel like it's funny because I was always looking to him for that, and then, but it seems like since we've been doing this, I feel like he's always relied on me for like kind of like a backbone, and
Right.
and and when he always his whole shtick about announcing everybody with like different he announces us different with different things every night. You know, he's been doing that for a long time, to the point where he's like has hard time like making up new shit for everybody. And it's like sometimes it's like totally arbitrary and random, and like just, you know, he's just coming up with shit to say. But sometimes it like relates to who we are as people, and or who we are in relationship to him. And that one, like, I was like, wow, I think our relationship is deep. That he was able that it seemed like a special moment. Like he was really giving me he was giving me a special place in his heart, like in front of
Right.
everybody, like on that one. And I felt cool about that. Yeah.
I can imagine at that point in the set as well, there's a lot of adrenaline in the band, and you're all just kind of just like on a high, you know?
Yeah, I always give a big you know, it's always super funny and warm when he comes up with whatever he comes up with. But when he said that night, I literally went like, whoa! I made an audible like, oh.
For sure.
It's like, yeah,
Alright, well that's
I think
good.
Michael's image of his father and fathers in general is like,
Mm.
you know, intense for him. I think paternal shit is intense, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
in the Michael G. Raw world, and I was happy, honored to get lumped in there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for answering my questions, and thank you, Sean, for having me on. Chris, I should be seeing you in the band hopefully in London. I'll be
All
flying
right.
from Melbourne actually, so I'm looking
Wow.
forward to hopefully seeing you.
That's a long trip.
It is intensely long.
That's cool.
I'm not looking forward to the flight, but I'm looking forward to the concert. Anyway, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Ciao,
All
ciao.
right, buddy.
Okay, so next we got the biggest Die Tourist Zoo fan. We're gonna try this again. Yo.
Is it working now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yay! Hi Chris. Hi.
Hi.
I'm such a huge fan. I'll try to keep it brief if I can. I had two questions. The first one I wanted to ask was, how are you like feeling about where Swans is going, like for the tour, and also like for after the tour's over? Like, how are you feeling about that?
I am excited to figure out what we're gonna do on this tour, which is
Mhm.
in a few days. I will have my first inkling, and yeah, I think it's gonna. I never really know, but I have I think it's going to be a lot of arrangement work, and there's going to be a lot of I think he's going to avoid probably like long smashing bashing, which, you know, every time we go on tour, there's always like, we're not going to do that, but then we wind up doing it. I feel
Oh,
like
that's
there's
awesome.
going to be like an effort to like kind of work around it, or like make it very like pointed, those parts, but I'm sure there's going to be big smashing parts. And then as far as the future, I'm excited to see what he does. I think I have a sense from what I know about him and what has been going on. I feel like I feel like it's more of the sound design. I think he wants to do like big sound designy kind of things. And
Okay.
there was like definitely a lot of experimenting with on birthing. I think
Yeah, like the
everywhere
merge.
on birthing where there's like, it's not like traditional band sounds. I think that's like what he wants to achieve in the
Okay.
future Swans.
Okay, that's actually really interesting, and I was gonna transition then to my other question, which was just how do you feel about like those sound collage works, like the merge, for example, like experimental stuff like that?
I'm totally. That's what I think. That's the coolest thing. I think he's great at that, and I think that's. I think it's super fun, and I think it's great for recording, and I would love to see that also with the one thing you kind of have not seen from Swans is that done in a live capacity. I mean,
I
like we
was
had.
yeah, I was hoping. I was wondering if we'd see that happen,
I
something
think
like
that's
that live.
definitely what I think that's definitely what is up for future Swans. Like the more like watch like the Watch Me Go thing and the Beggar Lover and the merge was really fun to do. We did that out of the studio. We did Michael. I had a lot to do with the merge, all the weird stuff in the merge. We did that after the record. We did that remotely. It was built after the
Yes.
fact. And
Wow.
I think that's yeah, like stuff like that is where he's gonna go. It'll be
That
different
is
because I don't know what the instrumentation, how it's all gonna come together. But I hope that the live presentation of Swans is more like yeah, like the creative soundscape editing that he is really good at.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. I think that's all I wanted to ask. I'll be going to the show in Norfolk in Virginia, I think. I'm gonna be driving 7 hours for that one. That's gonna be
Dang.
great. But it's gonna be worth it. That's gonna be my first Swan show. I was very unfortunately not able to make it to the last tour.
All
But
right.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for talking. I really love this. I'll just be in the background listening.
Welcome.
Thank you so
Thanks, man.
much. Take care, Chris.
Bye.
All right, the next one is Ransbrit. I drank a lot of coffee, so I'm gonna excuse myself real quick, and if you want to just keep emceeing.
Just don't mute.
Yeah, I'm not muting this time. I think we have like literally 2 people left, and then after that, I'm just gonna shoot through a few questions, and then we should be all set.
Okay.
All right. Be right back. I guess I'll ask it for them. So let me invite RT in, and yep, be right back.
Hello.
Hey there.
What's up?
No.
I got 2 questions for you.
Shoot.
As the rest of us have had. I was wondering about your thoughts on Michael Gira's Yes, It Is Me, I'm a Kakapu. I was wondering about your thoughts on Michael Gira's more transgressive works, whether that be like his lyrics and stuff like I know you said you don't like read lyrics a lot, but it could be like that or some of his books like The Consumer.
Yeah, I never read The Consumer, but I know that it's rough. It's a pretty rough
Yeah.
read, what I can discern. I'm not much of a reader, like in general. I'm not much of a wordsmith or any like you notice I said. But I do actually, because Michael does have a way of hitting some words and putting words together in ways that I like, especially in his early lyricism. That were more like negative slogans. I like that concept of just like kind of repeating like bad things that are not like you shouldn't say or listen to as advice, and repeating the like anti-sloganeering is a great way to capture my interest with lyrics. And he was really good at I like the way I find that Michael's new, in his older years, in his older age, his approach to lyrics are, definitely he's found something that is his thing, and he likes to do, people respond to it, and it's good. It's just, I appreciate his in his youth how a little more, but he's really good. Even the way the other thing I like about what he does now, like how he does it now, is his vocabulary. He uses words that nobody else uses because he's very verbose and he's very well read, and he has a great vocabulary, and he employs the shit out of it when he's writing lyrics. And his more like darker, like disturbing imagery of his youth, I find attractive. Yeah, I definitely more attractive to me than his obsessions with mortality and making people feel things with his poetry. He's more of a poet than a lyricist, probably at this point.
I could see it both ways.
I like he has another style that he does that I always am attracted to, the listing things. Just list, just go down the list. Which
show me your next list.
Yeah,
a great technique to also not get too bogged down by what's it called, exposition.
Okay, so my second question is...
Wait, I gotta ask you, did you read The Consumer?
I've read parts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do plan on reading the whole thing, I just don't have much time. Yeah. So my second question is not as related, but do you know the band Natural Snow Buildings?
Nope.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
What are they?
Oh, they're a duo from France, and they do like drone and folk.
Okay.
It's nice music. I like it.
I'll check it out.
All right. Okay. Thank you for having me. I'll be seeing you in Ferndale.
All right. That seems to be
Yeah.
the jam on this. That and Norfolk.
Yeah.
I mean, Michigan, great state sometimes. So, yeah. All right. Thank you.
I like Godspeed.
Yeah, I'm seeing them September 26th. So literally right before I see Swans. It's going to be kind of crazy. Just one more thing on NSB or Natural Snow Buildings is that a lot of people might mention them because they do a lot of drone, and they have like a 7-hour drone album. And yeah, a lot of people feel like whatever work that they make right now, Swans might go in a similar direction, but obviously with, different structure and the Swans way of doing it, sort of thing. We got one.
I have heard of it now. Now I've heard tell of this group. Now that I think about it, I've never delved into it. Definitely not going to listen to a 7-hour drone record though.
They have a shorter one that's kind of like Soundtracks for the Blind a little bit, but a little bit different. I actually haven't listened to it too much yet. We got one more speaker, and then I've got a few questions, and then we'll be set. All right, Tarts.
Tarts.
So, wait, if you're on your phone, just send the question, and then I'll just ask. No problem. While we're waiting for that, so this is from Mohana Dread. He's just wondering, and you kind of answered this a few times, but like when you were recording "To Be Kind" with Jira, like what was it like? Like, was it very intense? Was it?
We were good. Everything. It was super familial, and just like it was kind of like a family summer vacation. That's what it felt like. There was nothing went. Nothing. Usually, there's like good vibes in the studio with us all. Michael can get a little disappointed and frustrated sometimes, but even he's much more difficult in live setting for the stage. He takes things way more serious, like he takes things way more to heart when things go wrong and when there's trouble and resistance. I think he's ultimately more relaxed and confident in the studio. And it also depends on who the engineer is. He can drive engineers crazy, and if they don't know how to deal with it, it can make him even crazier. And that's usually in the mixing stage and like the editing and mixing stage, which the band is not a part of. And
do you feel like the emotions that you guys feel replicate how good you feel about the album? Like if it was like super familial and enjoyable, do you think like you enjoy the album more?
I've been thinking about that with all these questions, and it's kind of maybe. I have a feeling like it's a little random. I'm not a big studio. I don't like the studio as much as I like the stage.
Yeah.
I don't like the permanence of records, and I hate being stuck with what you are stuck with.
Yeah.
It's ultimately I would much rather take like a year in the studio to make a record than a few weeks. Especially with Swans. I think like, Birthing would be a much better record, and any of the records would be a much better record if we'd had a year in the studio, but that's not possible. It's kind of like what we have on stage. By the end of a tour, you basically had like a year of playing the material on stage to like micro adjust, and by the end you get something very different than where you started. And I think every studio record would be aided by the same technique, but in the same time. But
does
also
he just
more
have like a schedule that he's pushing? Like, is he like?
It's money, You can't.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna go in the studio for a year. I guess how much that costs.
Oh yeah, ridiculous.
Studio time for a year is like that's what even only Guns N' Roses can afford that.
Right.
They're losing money, and it's losing piles and piles of money when they do that.
Yeah.
It's how long did Guns N' Roses took for like 10 years in this to do one record? I forget what it is. I probably like the longest time ever taken for a record, but I think there's no knowing how things work, there's just no way you could ever recoup any of the money spent on that as lost money. They'll never get earned back.
Yeah, as much as
I think a lot of these pop artists operate at a loss, by the way, like a complete loss. I don't know how things work now, but I think I don't think they spend more than they make, I think.
Getting those McDonald's deals, getting like the Happy Meal deals and stuff, like
I think that's probably the way I think these tours that they go on that you think would be the only way that these big artists can make money. I think they overspend like crazy with like traveling with like 40 tour buses, and alone that's like taking up your ticket sales for every show you play. And I don't know how it all works, but I know there's not a lot of money out there. That America's super poor.
Yeah. Yep. I mean,
bottom half of the 50, if you financially cut us in half, like the richest half and the poorest half is only sharing 2.5% of the wealth.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely.
Right? And you know how much money, and there's just not enough money to go around for everybody. We got more people than we got money. If we split up all the money equally between all the 330 million people in the U.S., we'd all get about 60 grand. There'd be zero left.
Yeah, it's like it just blows my mind that we don't do that people are actually that selfish. It just
what are you gonna do with 60 grand? I ain't gonna get you nothing.
Right.
And also and when everybody has the same amount, even if it was $1 million between everybody, if everybody has $1 million, that's not how capitalism works. You only have the value of money is only valuable because somebody else has less than you. Everybody has this, even if it's $10 billion and everybody has $10 billion, then none of those dollars are worth anything. The richest person is going to be the guy who has $10 billion in $1.
I just like I feel like that's genuinely like an illness though. Like when you get to $1 billion, like you can't even spend it. You can't spend
That's
it.
right.
It's messed up.
There's a funny movie about Brewster's Millions where he has to spend $100 million in a month or something.
I think I remember
Hard
scenes
to
of
do.
that. Yeah.
And he had to have nothing to show for it. You got to spend $100 million and you have nothing to show for it. Hard to do. Not so easy. All right. What's questions?
All right. So just kind of looking through a few of them because they've been kind of asked. What is like the most challenging aspect of your career?
The most challenge, that's got to be money. It's always money.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. Music, which is why I even brought that up, is because like music industry is got no revenue stream anymore. It's like no way to really actually make money. And the hardest thing is making enough money to live and not have to do other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a struggle. If it wasn't for the money, everything else is. Emotional problems, nah. I don't. People attitude problems, getting treated poorly, nah. That's not. I never had any of those big troubles.
Kind
The
of
hardest thing is keeping money in your pocket.
like similar to that question because this kind of relates like for young artists and stuff that has that barrier. Do you have any advice if like financial success is what's holding them back?
I mean, the best advice is like totally the best thing you can do is be born into a rich family.
Yeah.
Be born into that rich family, and not have to be an employee. Be an employee is really going to damage your ability or really hamper your ability to just do music in general.
100%.
Like if you can become a freelancer in any field and you can have your own time, it's the best way. That's I bankrolled my music career by bartending.
Yeah.
Because bartending you can work when you want and not work when and just because you own your shift.
Right.
You own your night and you can sell it to somebody else. You can just give it to somebody else because they're happy to take it to take the money that you would have made. You had to give up on your money to go, so I could go away. I can go away for a month. All I had to do was my shift's covered and I can go away for a month. No problem. And if you can find something in music where you can make money and you own your time and it's the best way. In the previous generation, to me, it was like working in labor, like construction.
Yeah.
Michael bankrolled his music career by working construction because you can do it when you want to do it and not do it. It's basically freelance. It'd be some kind of freelance work.
Yeah, I'm a coder, so I could probably do something like that, but right now I'm locked in and it's like I made like 80 song demos last year but now I have like no time. I've, got, starting a family and stuff like that. It's like I have to wait 2 months to make a song sometimes because I'm just busy.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
It's the way it is a lot with freelance stuff now. It's like it's in a way you own your time, but in a way like you can't walk away from your clients because you can't even take a break from your clients. You're equally as locked in as an employer sometimes.
Yeah.
But I guess that you don't have you can't sell your work to you don't have any coder buddies that you can, hey, do this for me.
Yeah,
while
wish.
I go. But now you can't. Now when you starting a family, you can't stop making that money.
Exactly. I got to support other people now, so just got to try to get the music in when you can, And that's a beautiful part of it too. It's like when you get to finally enjoy yourself, you can make it. All right. We've got probably like 3 to 4 more questions here. I don't want to ask some of these ones that are too like overlapping, to be honest. Super quick one. When you growing up, did you always imagine yourself to be doing this?
No, but I certainly was attracted to it from day one, like from my earliest memories. I did not vision that it would be an option for me. I just didn't see myself. I thought it was for like special people. I thought you had to be like super special, and I didn't feel special in any way. So I didn't think. I just thought I was like a regular person who was like music, and I didn't see a path to it. It just seemed so far removed from anything I could understand, and it just happened.
Yep.
It just happened.
You just did what you wanted, and it happened.
Yeah. I was equally into comic books as a kid, and movies, and music is just way more accessible. Making of music production is way more accessible than making a comic book or a movie.
Yeah.
Those were my three. That was like my three things that I loved the most as a teenager: movies, music, and comics.
Do you think that music is the best art form because it's so accessible?
I think movies are the best art form all around. That has the most of everything.
It puts it all together.
Puts it all together. I think music is maybe more integral to identity, people's identity. Like if I tell you what movies I like and have seen, like you wouldn't necessarily make large judgment calls about how you think of me. But if I tell you the music I listen to, and you know all that music, you're really going to get like a sense of probably. I think people use music or music is more attached to people's like identity, their outward identity, as any other form of art.
Yeah.
I think that's true. And I find that music is less easily it's not easily interpreted like movies are. It's not so on the nose. You can there's so much room for different interpretations, and how like some arrangement of melody can make anybody feel any kind in all different kinds of ways. So it's hard to lock it down into something.
Yeah, it's less dissolved.
Yeah.
Got it. That's cool.
Definitely has a special place in culture of music, like all of culture. Like music is kind of sacred. I would say movies aren't sacred. Music is like sacred.
Because you can use it whenever you want too. When you're doing chores, it accentuates vibes in movies. It accentuates those moments. I think I have like literally 2 more questions here. So, and I think that they're kind of interesting. Okay, so, what was like the worst experience that you ever had as a band member of Swans, and even though it happened, what made you want to continue?
The worst thing that's ever happened. I don't really. It's hard to. Probably the worst thing that's ever happened was like getting yelled at on stage, which has happened like kind of multiple times, lots of times. I just don't. I don't take things like that personally. I mean, like sometimes I have taken it personally, but I quickly get rid. Process that shit. It was harder in the beginning to process a lot of the stuff that goes on, but it's really just an issue of how you process it. It's not like if you position yourself in this band as like as a brick wall, it's really gonna hurt because Michael doesn't stop for brick walls.
No, runs right through them.
So you have how you position yourself and how you arrange yourself is like everything that's involved, and like how. I mean, like to me, not doing it was never an option. In any band I'm in, any project I'm in, not doing it is never an option. I've never been like, I don't like the way this makes me feel, so I don't want to do it. It's like I have never considered anything like that. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it, and there's no. I may totally flip the fuck out at some point, but I'm always gonna readjust. I have flipped out quite a few times in Swans, mostly due to how me and Michael are getting talking to each other, or like trying to communicate. It's always been about communication. If I have trouble communicate, if I'm having trouble like communicating to him, and I'm feeling like he's not hearing me, he's just like talking at me, and think I can lose my shit.
Yeah,
which happens.
There's like a moment in the documentary, the Where Does a Body End one, where you got in a fight with him, and that was like one of the main parts of like the To Be Kind section. And it was just interesting. But it's cool to see how like both of you guys reacted in the end, you know, because it'll happen, right?
Yeah, you know, in the beginning, when I joined the band, I was the only one who hadn't done any music with him. I knew him for a long time, and but I'd never done music with him. So when I joined from my father, everyone on board had done some amount of music with him. Some like Thor and Christoph already for a long time. And Phil was on the final Swans tour and did other things with Michael and Norman, obviously. And I was I was like the new guy, and Michael, I was like Michael's shiny new toy kind of a vibe. You know, there was a honeymoon phase going on between us, which didn't last like super long, but it was lasting for a while. And as a result, I was, when we first started touring, there wasn't much budget, so we were like all sharing rooms, hotel rooms.
Oh yeah.
We were traveling, and I was Michael's roommate. It was the obvious choice to be Michael's roommate, the one that had not been around him the most, and yeah, we were getting fights. We were getting like nasty, like yelling matches, and I was taking things a little bit too broad. Like I was taking things like broadsiding things too hard, not positioning properly, and taking it to heart. And we would have these big blow-ups because we were bros for so long that we would like immediately after we'd always squash it, and we'd always wind up back in the hotel as buddies again. Next morning, everything. We wouldn't even go to sleep without squashing it, and just being like, dude, I'm sorry I was like that. I was fucked up. I shouldn't have. I understand what you were saying, all that stuff. I know you yelled at me. You shouldn't have, but I get what you were saying, and I shouldn't have, and he would do the same. We would go back, and then big hugs every night. Didn't happen. It wasn't like a chronic thing, but it would, happen occasionally. And occasionally on stage, I don't like to be yelled at, like when in front of everybody.
Right. No.
I can normally take it. Like, it's like, okay, you got to get out what you got to get out. And it's like, just, I'm happy to weather the storm for you but sometimes I just can't take it. And then he gets really upset if like, I can't take it, and he gets even further upset. It's like, now the problem is now that I reacted poorly.
Yeah.
And like whatever the problem was before is gone. And now it's a new, like you react like you're fucking, and trying to destroy my show kind of a vibe.
Right.
And yeah, and I don't let that. I know how to avoid that, like completely. He can yell at me all he wants on stage. I can totally take it, because I know only what the ulterior, the only other option is to just make it worse.
Right. It sounds just like family.
He is not in any way like yelling at me or being upset with me. It's just the mode he's in on stage. It's nothing personal. It's nothing like it's just like he's in emergency mode on stage. He's in like battle mode to get the show done.
Right.
And it's like, I'm all about, everything I'm about is facilitating him to achieve that goal, whether, and if he perceives me to be failing, or I am failing at doing it, that's like, the only thing we can do from there is fix it and go to the next thing. Can't complain about it.
And beauty just came from all that struggle. So it's a beautiful thing.
He's always right in the end too. It's like even when he's wrong, he's ultimately right. Like always leads to the right place.
That's what I've realized about people that are, 20 years older than me. Even if they don't seem right then, they probably are somehow.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more question and then one final little final question. So 2 questions. All right. So since you've collaborated with a lot of different bands with different unique instrument lineups, can you make like the most sonically interesting combination of that? Like, are you able to like take like a bassist from this, or not bassist, but like a keyboardist from here or a guitarist from here, vocalist?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. No,
That's
I don't.
tough.
Yeah, I don't. It's all so disparate. I don't. I've. Like, I think what you're asking me is like, can I a dream team of everyone I've ever worked with?
Right.
Yeah, that would take a lot of thinking, and I don't know. I would just put literally everybody together.
That would be
I would put
wonderful.
everybody I've ever worked with on stage, biggest stage possible, and I think there's been something amazing about everybody I've worked with, and I could see everybody working together on a giant giant rock orchestra,
Like a Live Aid, but for Christopher Pravdica bands.
all at once. Everybody, all at once.
Love it. All right. Final question is, do you have any plans on any new solo work? Because I'm telling you that Major Inconvenience album is really, really nice.
Yeah, I got good news for you, bro. Got it almost. It's almost done. I got it.
Oh.
The next almost done. And it has Brian Chase on drums.
Don't know
The
that
Yeah.
name. Who's he from?
He's the drummer of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's me. The new record is me and him, and it's basically done. I don't know when to release it. It's like 98% done. So it's just an issue of how and when to release it. I'm thinking to release it after these two Swan tours are done, so that I can try to do some shows with him.
Is it kind of similar to what you've already done before, or something new that you're exploring?
Definitely, I think it's different. It's it's more. It's got some of the same me on it because it's me. But yeah, it's different. It's I don't know how to describe it as different. Maybe it's a little less angular. It's a little smoother, maybe a little more slinkier. It's I don't know how to. It's a thing I don't know how to do is talk about
Your own
my
music.
own music.
Yeah, I
have
totally
no
get
idea
that.
but it is. I've been asking my friends if it's different, and yes, because I was not understanding if it is. But when I listen to it back to back, it's definitely different. I don't know how to describe how it's different. But,
Psychedelic, less
if you like,
psychedelic.
no, it's maybe even more psychedelic. It's
Cool.
maybe a less. I think that it has live drums on it, so it's less drum machine. Less drum machine, more live drums. I wrote a lot of the material with live drums in mind and like live performance in mind, so I think it has like more of a live feeling. But I think my vocal approach is a little different too. I think I'm settling into somewhere else. It's a little more relaxed, but there's more vocals too. It's like I'm delving into the vocals more. That's definitely different.
That's
And
awesome.
I think it's good. I think it's gonna be a good record. I think it's ultimately better than an expansion from an evolution from the last one, from Major Inconvenience.
That's awesome. I really look forward to it. Don't want to take too much more of your time today. This has been unbelievable, man. Like, I did not expect it to go this long, and I'm glad you stuck through it the whole time. Our Discord really, really appreciates this. I mean, you pretty much blessed this Discord forever. I really, really, can't wait to see Swans. Can't wait to see you. Maybe we can grab a beer or something. It'd be fun.
Yeah,
I'll bring a
and,
big joint.
Where are we go? We're hanging in Ferndale.
Yeah, Ferndale, Michigan, small town. So, yeah, really can't wait for it. Again, thank you so much for the opportunity. In the future, if you're ever interested, we do a lot of post-rock competitions and stuff where everybody, submits their own thing, and then we have a panel of judges. So it'd probably be a lot less involved than like a QA session. It'd be really cool if you would be interested to just be a judge and just give your vote in.
Yeah. That sounds like fun.
Awesome. All right. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and good luck at 7 o'clock at the job and stuff. And
yeah,
it's been absolutely a pleasure. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks. Bye, everybody.
See you later.